opinions are free, which is why we're here. It's news and talk that our sponsors agree on. WCTR.
Up next, it's Area 53 and Marvin Trill, broadcasting live from his trailer in the desert.
A new planet found in space. Is it really a planet or a decoy put up to confuse us? Ghosts, time travel, and the flushing toilet. Which way did Newton's toilet spiral? And finally, are women made from sand? We explore deeper and get to the truth. I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. Hello. You're on the line.
Yeah, hi. I'm a truck driver and listen to your show all the time. I see a lot of unexplained phenomena out there, especially in restrooms. I agree with you about the moon. We never landed on the moon. It's such a good fake.
Remember, the Russians, our archenemy still, I might add, them and the Australians and some species of dog, they beat us into space.
The only thing the Russians are shooting into space are hot dogs and monkeys. Kind of a Noah's Ark fast food kind of vibe. Hey, my dead aunt could make a better space station than them.
Intriguing. I'd like to meet her. On the conspiracy line, caller, you're in Area 53.
Do not use fluoride. It's evil. It made me kill my doctor.
Why would we worry about a chemical that the government puts into the water? Animals can now be trained to fly, including several species of bird. Think about the military applications. Hello, caller.
Hi, my name's Emmanuel. I'm really worried about hackers sending a nuclear bomb after me, through the phones. Do you think they can pinpoint my location?
Look, it's good for the economy to live in constant fear. I mean, the phone company, they have your name on the bill. They know your number. How do you feel about that?
I knew it.
Hello, Julie from Liberty City. You're on the line.
A cowboy ghost has been haunting my house.
I want you to take off your blouse. Stand at the window. Stand there for hours each night. Lure him in. Trapping rogue spirits is dangerous work, especially topless. Take lots of photographs. All right, who's got a theory for me? Next.
Hey man, love the show, but when are you guys gonna start seeing the bigger picture? We're being lied to, man. And guys like you don't help much, you're virtually one of them. Soon you'll know what I'm talking about.
If people could please just attempt to make sense, that's all I'm asking. Last night, as I was laying in my pod meditating, and it occurred to me, why are you even listening to me? Turn off all electrical devices, including your radio. Hector in San Garcia, why are you still listening?
Because I was hoping you could explain these noises.
What noises?
God, not you too.
Now think about the things we talked about today. Think, seriously think. Can it be real? Can it be false? We'll see you next time in Area 53. Be careful out there, wherever you are.
That was Area 53. We're sorry.
Sometimes the law is not enough.
Did you file the subpoena in the McPherson case?
No, it wasn't urgent. I filed an AO440.
AO440?
I know. So I went shopping for these loafers.
Has anyone got a stapler? I've got a lot of forms, and there's a slight breeze in here.
Law, because paperwork is dramatic. Catch it Thursdays on Weasel before it catches you.
Next up on WCTR, the news. We try to make it interesting and not depressing.
This is Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Foreigners are coming. Who are they and why should we care? The FDA warns shampoo is killing your unborn child. Plus, protests continue outside the Zebra Bar Candy Company. Now for Traffic and Transit with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. The aftermath of the devastating earthquake continues. Travel is still severely restricted statewide. Officials say there are still no reported casualties, which is truly unfortunate as it makes for incredibly boring news. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other. The governor is threatening to bomb Australia, despite scientific proof it wasn't their fault. Richard Burns, WCTR.
Police say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Santos. Sources believe it is linked to the rising drugs trade, while others blame the fascist pigs. Also in gang news, customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall. The governor's office said everything is okay. In Vinewood news, rapper Mad Dog was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line. Richard caught up with him.
The thing about Mad Dog is I'm thinking about becoming a superstar. I've done everything I could do in the rap game. I won shit hands down. Nobody can handle me, Lifetime champ, no shit. Can I say shit?
Oh, hey man, it's cool.
That's cool? Okay, no shit. I got clothes. I got labels coming out, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing drinks. I got shoes. tires, rims. Thinking, next stage is being a full-on superstar, Get to wear a tight suit and nail a lot of tail, you dig? You know what I do in real life. Gotta get me a drink, though, right now, because I'm thirsty,
What a troubled man. Sounds like he should lay off the sauce. Also today, a Tourette's theater group banned from the park, unless they take up mine. And finally, in foreign news, a suspected U.S. agent was caught in Panama selling weaponry to right-wing guerrillas, causing a major incident. But we plan mostly to gloss over the implications and hope you enjoy some sporting activity tonight. The State Department is advising against foreign travel. This was Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Let's be careful out there.
Up next on WCTR, it's the man coaches hate. It's Derek Thackeray in the tight end zone. Brought to you by Eris Pump Up Shoes, because women love a winner, and winners wear shoes.
Should we start with the national anthem? Yeah, screw it. Yeah, I got too drunk last night. Just play the opening music.
Put one, put two.
Welcome back to the tight end zone. Now it's time for something really important. Fat men talking about games they don't really understand, played by people they don't know. I'm your host, Derek Thackeray. What a crazy year it's been. Let's recap. Drug scandals involving preschool soccer moms. Woo! And the national finals, rich and popular people are fighting it out. Pay attention, the country is in mourning. And most importantly, sportswear. We talk to a fitness expert about the crucial role of endorsed clothing. And who could forget, we visit the greatest moments.
Here he comes. He's in the shadows. There he is. Is he going to make it? Yes, he did. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have just witnessed is the biggest moment in world history. Who cares about a Declaration of Independence or discovery of penicillin? You have just seen one man score a point. When the rest of the world discovers TV, they'll be able to see this. Wow, isn't that amazing? He did what he was paid to do.
We love sports more than you. Love it or loathe it, let's talk about it. Stay in the tight and... let's go to the phones.
Yeah, the Wolves! Hey, Derek, my name's Jason, and I'm a Wolves fan. First-time caller. I don't vote, I can't be bothered. But I will kick your ass if you disrespect my sports team.
Okay, the Wolves, that's a team playing sports as if they cared.
Yeah, the Wolves! I don't care who's sleeping with who on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Okay. Hey, let's take another call. Who's on the phone? Hello, caller. You're on with the tight end of radio.
Hey, I'm a big Olympics fan. Always have been, since day one. Been to every one.
Me too. I love the games, especially the luge. I'm married, so sliding down an icy tunnel of doom at high speed makes sense.
Yeah, I know about frigid action myself. I mean, they gotta be kidding me. Since when has running been an Olympic sport? Running ain't a sport. Don't make me puke. Anyone can run. My ex-wife made me an athlete. I ran my ass off when the Red Baron flew into town.
I tell you, when I was a kid, there were only 3 sports that mattered. Football, baseball, and killing communists. And I had a great childhood, really great, even if my uncle did come into my room that late at night drunk. And, that was nuts. Anyway, look, who's on the line? We got a Caledonians fan on the line. Tough times, huh? Hey, your whole life revolving around rich men playing poorly.
Man, I totally identify with shallow heroes who I don't know personally. God, I love a dude with a big pituitary gland. I love the Callies, man, but this year, I'm telling you, they're going to need to score some points and get some yardage and win the game.
Yeah, if they don't win, men will be beating their wives with good reason. Hey, they got to start playing to win, trying to score some on the other team. Hey, I wish I had a wife so she could beat me.
Here's what I say, man. If you want to be number one, you got to go for first place.
I know. Hey, I mean, it's great stating the obvious, but once you get paid for it, things get really complicated.
Man, I was at their training camp this spring, and the mood in the locker room, dude, guys were getting changed, man. I mean, they were really getting prepared. Shoes were going on, feet, shirts were going on, the shirt part of their body, serious faces on them, and you could tell that they were going to play this game.
Bottom line is, if they don't score more points than the other team, they can't win.
Yeah, man. God, you have some spooky insights into sports, dude. I love your show, man. I love you.
Yeah, look, great talking to you. Excuse me. Hey, that's really perceptive stuff. You know, we've been petitioning stadiums to install a urinal trough in front of each row of seats. Now, it's so inconvenient having to leave your seat, make everyone stand up, get up, you know, to let you by, then go stand in line for the bathroom. I mean, half the time we can barely walk anyway, all right? So we'll be handing out petitions that say support the team. Don't leave the game, pee at your seat. Going to the phones.
I'm a big fight fan. Love a bit of a punch-up. Since my wife and children got taken into a shelter, my friend said, Chuck, you obviously love hitting things. So I've gotten into boxing. How about that fight between Gonzalez and Jackson?
Well, there's one thing about boxing I always remember. You know, one man wins, the other goes home a loser. Because in boxing, unlike most sports, gravity works downwards.
You gotta be shitting me.
Hey, Derek Thackeray, don't shit on no one. But I do like to piss on my seat and at my seat too. Not really on it, so stay out of the way.
Now tell me, the fight game, that ain't rigged, is it?
Of course not. Hey, how could anything professional be fake? Hey, there's too much money at stake for one thing. I mean, these guys got too much to lose. I mean, why is a guy gonna take a dive for a few extra million when he could earn that over a number of years getting his brain turned to pulp? Be serious for a minute. The clock is counting down again. It's time for Derek to head to the locker room and celebrate in the shower. We'll see you next time. Bring a cooler full of beers and get ready to riot. This has been the Tight End Zone.
And this is WCTR, proving that radio is better than TV. That's the show men with large guts love.
Deal with your ignorance in 1 minute flat. Complex issues in 60 seconds. WCTR.
Coming up next, the most mind-numbing thing since the lobotomy. Entertaining America.
This week on Entertaining America, Richard Goblin, one man's triumphant return to cock. The Sherman Octuplets, a Venturis man says he's slept with them all. Plus, noise, speed, danger, cursing, and patriotism finally come together this weekend at the All-America Drunk Driving Cup. Hi from Vinewood, you're on Entertaining America with me, Billy Dexter, bringing you everything that is important in culture and entertainment, if there is a difference between the two, from the heart of entertainment in America, Vinewood, San Andreas. You with me, the Dex. Wanted to call the show Stack the Dex, but not yet. Kiflum. Anyway, great. Big show for you this week. Controversy, they'll be giving me a Pulitzer. Anyway, today, we've got some great guests. First up, we speak to troubled action hero Jack Howitzer. Then we have a live phone link up with a very special guest, modern-day Lazarus, a man back from the grave now making it as an extra in major motion pictures. Then, I will explain the secrets of the universe to everyone. But first up, Stack the Decks, in which I, Billy Dexter, meet the entertainers in the news. Kiflum. Jack Howitzer, once the biggest star in America, but the last 3 years have been unkind. People describe him as a dinosaur, an action hero relic from the 80s, a muscle-bound Neanderthal, and my favorite, the most stupid gorilla in the jungle. Jack, welcome to the show, Kiflum.
Good to be here, Dex. Pleasure.
Yeah. So your movies Exploder and Annihilator got America through some tough times, and I was also a huge fan of 0 Seconds to Death Time.
Thank you.
But many say your new film has gone too far.
No, this is a romantic comedy with drama. It's got action. It's got a heart. That's what's most important, I think.
Okay, well, let's take a listen to the trailer.
All right, let's roll that.
He was a man at war with himself, fighting a war that someone else lost.
It's over, Tim! The war's over!
It's never over! You've seen him wipe out millions of Cambodians in Exploder. Now, Jack Howitzer is Tim in his most challenging role yet.
We're here, Tim!
A preschool for slow children?
You're the new teacher, Tim!
Special needs cop. It's the story of a psychotic ex-Marine showing tough love to special ed kids.
One of you tards has been running Peruvian flake through the special ed school, and I'm gonna find it. No juice and cookies!
You know you suck, Tim!
But soon, he becomes one of them.
What is this?
That's teacher's gun. You want to see it?
Cool.
Oh, you gone and shot yourself. Way to go!
He was finally beginning to live a normal life. Then, all hell breaks loose.
Tim, you're so stupid. You count with your fingers.
You want to party with me? Bring it on! Tim, what are you
film cannot be rated.
Wow, that's terrible! No wonder our studios are surrounded by protesters.
How could anybody find that offensive?
No, Jack, it's appalling. Your insensitive portrayal of disabled people makes me physically sick, and the idea of you calling someone slow-witted is, frankly, laughable.
Hold on. Drugs are a problem throughout all of society, and I fight them by any means necessary.
Yeah, but you use drugs.
No, I'd rather die than use drugs. I use steroids and some recreational blow, but I got the funds for it. I got the money.
Yeah, don't you think you're just a little out of touch?
Whoa, yeah. I'm rich and I work in Vinewood, okay? I'm not out of touch. Action, weightlifting, and killing foreigners. That never goes out of style, Dex. My last film, okay, Loincloth, about a wrestler who's dropped into Thailand and I saved the world by teabagging the bad guys. That's a spiritual picture. That's love teabagging. That stuff ain't out of style.
Yeah, things are more sensitive now.
I was affected, all right, when Ho Chi got hurt and exploded. I thought it was time to do something, a film that made a difference.
Hey, but Ho Chi was a character. Exploder was a movie.
Right. And I was there, and I should have killed them all. Yeah. Don't push me, Dex. I'll give you a war you won't believe. That look in your eye, right here, right now.
Okay, Jack, all I'm saying is you launching missiles from a special wheelchair and killing innocent civilians is somewhat insensitive.
There's never any innocent civilians in life. If the Reds roll down the street right now, what are you gonna do?
The Reds lost, man. It's over. You can come home.
I'll shoot those bastards with this, the family killer!
Jack, put that away, please.
What, this? It's a submachine gun. Come on, it's not serious. Oh, but you're Billy Dexter. Who put you up to this? Gorbachev?
No. You should come down.
I heard what you said about me. You think steroids shrank my genitals.
No!
You said it.
Put the gun down.
My balls?
Please! I'm sure you have huge ones.
That's right.
Please stop.
Come on, they haven't shrunk. Touch them.
No.
Feel them.
No!
Come on, sniff them. Do something.
No.
Touch them or die. They're still big.
Oh, God. They're huge,
That's
Jack.
right.
Yeah, Mom.
Easy,
Mommy.
hey. Don't grab them like that. Oh, boy, I was kidding. What are you, a boyfriend of mine or something? Hey.
You had me scared there for a minute. I crapped myself.
Take it easy. It's not even loaded. Oh, Dex. Oh, shit. Oh, well, I guess it was. Oh, okay, Billy, don't kid around. Get up, boy. Get up, come on. Damn it, his brain is leaking. Help! Oh, there's only one thing to do. I gotta defend freedom. No time to cry. Only time to die. Welcome to the land of freedom, bitches!
That was Entertaining America, showing you why America is so respected culturally across the world. Prepare to be scared. The news is next.
This is Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Pop sensation Crow threatens to stop singing. America celebrates. And movies, are they true? Plus, children, was Freud right? Do they want us all dead? Now a WCTR exclusive with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. Crime in Los Santos has skyrocketed, with officials saying carjacking, murder, robbery, and gang activity is all on the rise. Police described it as, and I'm quoting here, nothing to worry about. I met up with a real-life carjack
picture. We're being lied to, man. And guys like you don't help much, You're virtually one of them.
Earlier, who showed me the ropes.
I call it the 3G.
Just attempt to make sense. That's all I'm asking. Last night, as I was laying in my pod meditating, and it occurred to me, why are you even listening to me? Turn off all electrical devices, including...
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo? No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
very sulit! Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong Jolly Spaghetti time!
Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are a favorite.
It's Kyle! I can't help it!
You get a big
spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
na walang katulad. Jolly Spaghetti!
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmula ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Maggie Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay to ah.
Special kahit di mahal.
Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
Keep giving him jobs. He's still a dork. And people keep giving him jobs. Maybe they feel sorry for him. It's that wisecracking doofus, Laszlo, only on Integrity.
Get your hot dog here.
All right, you're listening to Laszlo 2.0. You know, it's called Integrity because it's, you know, it's sort of about me, you know, like how I'm gonna someday be a millionaire in blue jeans, and, you know, with a guitar kind of slung over my back, singing about the struggles of being a blue collar guy. Because, you know, this show's about everybody, not just the people with money, you know. Like this guy. Here's a working class guy on the street food kind of vendor guy. Hey, how much does a hot dog cost, guy?
You got a radio show?
Yeah, you're on the radio. Tell us about how you live like piled 18 high just to make it in Liberty City.
Oh, first let me say hi to everybody. Manita, how are you? How you doing? My friend Paul, who lives uptown. Hi, hello. I'm doing good, selling hot dogs. I want to say hi to my kids.
Oh my
I want to say hi to everybody.
People just breed like rabbits. Listen, just give me the hot dog.
And I want to say hi also to my friend Paulito. I want to say hi to the guys over at the Delicatessen. They're always so nice to me.
Why are you listen? Why are you people so friendly?
Who's people? What do you mean by...
Where are you from?
I'm from Central America. Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm stupefied. I can't really understand what you're saying. Could you?
You're stupid?
No, you got to work on the English a little.
You're stupid. Hey, you know what, man? You have to work on the English. We're a team, right? We're a comedy team.
No, we're not a team. I am a radio genius, and you are. So I'm trying to expose the daily. So this is sort of like a radio documentary. Like I'm exposing, you know how shitty your life is, and how your father looked down on you one day in whatever dusty shithole town you were in, and said, "Son, someday you'll be huffing car fumes on a shitty street corner selling food poisoning to celebrities like Laszlo."
Hey, guy, you think your father's proud of you? Come on, man.
Well, I mean, my father was, you know, kind of strangely silent my whole childhood, which kind of explains a lot. But listen, dude, I'm trying to bring the media back to the people on the street corner, you know, on the radio, because I thought to myself, Laszlo, get back to what you know. Get back to entertaining people, you know, sleeping with groupies and in broom cupboards and on yoga mats, you know.
What is this, 1969?
No.
And also, listen, guy, that's your name is Laszlo?
Yes.
You make fun of me and your name is Laszlo? That's a clown name. That's a stupid clown.
Listen, I'm not a clown. Dude, I've been around. Yeah, I used to do
been around?
coke off of toilet seats. You know, I took payola. You know, I got paid to make nasty comments about people. And everybody said I was really funny and that I was a great guy, you know. And deep down, don't you feel like you have a deep, dark secret you can't admit? And the hell starts kind of rising up again inside, and the lying and the deceit. And, you know, and you look at your best friend, and even though he's a guy, you know, you just wonder, what if?
Yeah, okay.
And you know, and I mean...
But I don't go spilling it on the streets like this to a hot dog guy, right?
I know this is quite a struggle, being a hot dog vendor, living 18 people to one of those tiny rooms and having to wire money back to shithole wherever the fuck you're from. I understand. I'm from the Midwest.
Hey, listen, guy, you don't know my story, all right?
Yeah.
And my mother raised me, and my grandmother raised me.
Right.
But we would wake up every day, and we had no money. We had no water.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what we use for water?
Urine. I don't know. What?
Tears. Okay? The tears of my family. That's what we had to drink because we had no money.
So you would milk your
Uy, bumigat siya, oh.
Ang laki! Lucky me Casano pack extra hot chili.
Yes, opo! Kasya sa dalawa.
grandmother like she's some kind of tear cow.
You don't understand our culture, man.
No, I don't. I see it on the television. You win all the fucking shitty singer competitions on TV because, we've got passion. Well, guess what I've got?
You know what we have?
I've got a convertible.
Please, hippie.
Hippie?
Yes, hippie.
Dude, you're a real prick. You're on the street selling food poisoning. You
Listen, these are good hot dogs, okay?
Shut up.
No. Listen, you shut up.
Dude, why don't I shove your fucking stupid face in the hot dog water, huh? How would you like that? Let me give you a little bit of American history, okay? To people like you. Let me grab the back of your fucking head and shove your stupid face into the fucking hot dog water. I am a fucking celebrity on the edge, and
Please don't do that.
I've had it. How do you like America now, motherfucker? Yeah! That's right. God, I feel alive again, you know, like a man when you just grab the back of the head of another man and you just shove it right where you want it to go. Yeah, that'll teach him. I'm a man.
Yo, you're an asshole.
Hey, pipe down up there. Go back to beating up your fat wife.
You better shut up. I'll come down and beat the shit out of you.
Hey, you know what? I think I'm just gonna get a couple blocks away from here. God, why are the street vendors in this town such assholes, man? All right, this is Laszlo Show on Integrity. It's in association with ZIT, you know, my sponsor. You know, speaking of foreigners, if we're gonna get to the underbelly of the city, you know, we should take a cab ride. Excuse me, taxi. Yeah, take me to Frankfurt and Jade, near Star Junction, please. So, riding in a cab, it's a serious Liberty City experience, you know, because these people drive for like 18 hours straight and pee in soda bottles. You know, and then they talk to their friends on cell phones in Jackfuckistan or wherever they're from and toss off. But the immigrants, they bring the city alive. You know, they've been the stockbrokers. But, you know, people say, Laszlo, are these people...
Yo, Laszlo? You're kidding me. I remember you. You used to be on the radio. You were so funny.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, man, I was on Chatterbox, and I'm coming back. I'm on the air now.
You were funny for a while, but what happened to you?
What do you mean?
You turned into an annoying creep. All you talk about is how many women you sleep with. You don't look like you've had any women.
Please, okay? This mustache, a lot of girls have ridden these handlebars, huh? You know? I mean, since my divorce.
Nobody wants to hear about your problems.
Hey, dude, that's show business, okay? It's about reality these days, not entertainment, okay? Because I gotta tell you, once you've flown first class, you know, it sucks to take the bus again. That's why I got all these addictions.
Bring back that vegetarian guy. That was funny.
Don't tell me how to do my show. But I spit in your cab.
Get out of my cab. I don't want washed up celebrities in my cab.
Washed up? Dude, I'm doing a new show. See you in hell, buddy.
See you later, Laszlo.
All right, this is the Laszlo Show. The station is called Integrity. I should mention that we're sponsored by ZIT. We're going to take a quick break. This is the Laszlo Show on Integrity.
Ever wonder why you look a lot like your neighbor?
Yes.
Do you have strange feelings towards your mother or sister?
Yeah.
Do you feel disconnected from your father? Don't look to therapists to explain what you already know. You're probably either adopted or the result of a fling at a 1970s car key party. Accept it. But how do you find out the truth? DNA. DNA never lies, except in a few rare sexual assault cases. Call Double Helix DNA Search today and find out who's really your daddy.
What is integrity in broadcasting today? Cookie-cutter monotony, overseen by hand-wringing lawyers, irrelevant executives, paranoid consultants, and greedy fund managers and stockbrokers. Now, radio finally has integrity.
All right, Liberty City, you're in for a surprise. It's the Laszlo Show here on Integrity. I'm out on the streets. You got too comfortable, Liberty City, you know? Like you're at a dance club and you're having a bit of fun with one of the ladies and you stick your hand down a stripper's panties, you know, and you discover a pair of balls. Well, guess what, baby? The bitch is back. But I'm not a bitch. I'm a man. You know, walking the streets of Liberty City, you always see a film crew doing some shitty TV show or movie, you know, screws up traffic. Like here, this film crew has blocked off this entire street in Liberty City. Now, I know from my brief period as a fluffer that the best thing about these film shoots is the craft services table. Being famous means that you need a buffet that follows you wherever you go, you know, and you have a special portable toilet if you're too fat to fit in a hotel bathroom. I mean, God, So let's just walk over here to the craft services table. Oh, awesome. Snake a couple of sandwiches.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, slow down, Neanderthal. Can't you see I'm doing a radio show here, huh? Live, you know. I'm here to interview the star of this whatever you're shooting.
It's a music video, dumbass. That's the lead singer standing right next to you?
Food is awesome.
Oh, thanks, mate. Hey, you're Laszlo, aren't you? I met you backstage at the Lugfish show.
Oh, yeah, man. I was always backstage at the...
We're snogging that guy. Totally sucking face.
Whoa. Hey, that wasn't a guy, all right? She just looked like a guy. Yeah, and besides, you know, in the 80s, all the guys look like chicks.
Yeah, mate. Are you still incontinent?
Dude, look, that was totally a misunderstanding, okay? I was really drunk. I don't think that was urine anyway. Because see, I have this move, you know, when I'm at dinner or at a party with a really hot chick, I pretend to spill something on my jeans, you know? And then I can rub one out right in front of her, and she thinks I'm trying to get a stain out. It's awesome. Hey, what's your video about?
Oh, it's fan-dabby-dozy. I'm finally going to sing something meaningful about rain and how your soul gets wet too and how bitches just want to make you shoot up a load of smack. You know, a song that you can sing to your bird right before you go off in a bender and batter her stupid.
Sounds brilliant. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever gone with the rain angle. Good vibe for a video. You see, there are celebrities on the streets of Liberty City. You can bump into them anytime. These are the kind of encounters that Liberty City's all about, you know, where a man lies under a rain machine, you know, singing about a soggy soul, and a bunch of unionized assholes move around apple boxes. So this is the Laszlo Show on Integrity. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back right after this.
Want to stop aging?
Yes!
Science has the answer.
Science has the answer.
Freeze yourself today so you can experience the future. With Liberty City Cryogenics, you'll be placed in suspended animation using liquid nitrogen. Finally, science that makes you immortal.
Start today and have your own cryogenics kit sent immediately. You can be frozen in time waiting for a better future before the weekend's out.
Live forever with Liberty City Cryogenics.
Star Junction is full of music. Come see the musical the critics are baffled at. Swinging Puppets.
I'm so tired of his tiny puppet junk. I need a real man to fill me full of gunk. Oh!
Swinging Puppets is amazing children with a tale of how hard it is to sing in tune and keep on smiling when you've got strings around your wrists or a creepy man's fist up your ass. Swinging Puppets at the Magic Curtain Theater.
He's getting older, but not wiser. It's Laszlo on Integrity 2.0.
Power up a new Minecraft server for you and your friends with Shockbyte Hosting. We give you the tools you need to launch a fresh multiplayer Minecraft server and fully customize it with mods, plugins, and more through a simple-to-use control panel. Order your Minecraft server today for as low as $2.50 a month at Shockbyte.com.
Busy? You just eat what's easy.
But Hunts makes it easy, and it's good for your body. Superfood is packed with protein.
All right, you're listening to The Laszlo Show, only on Integrity. We're broadcasting live from the streets of Liberty City. You know, nobody does live radio anymore. Nobody, apart from me. I'm your host, Laszlo. I gotta tell you, it's been a long time, Liberty City. Too long for both of us. Kind of had a dry spell there, you know. Liberty City's like a woman, you know. You love her, you hate her, you come crawling back to her so she can step on your dreams. But I do love the women here, you know. The chicks in Liberty City have higher expectations than the slobs in Vice City. And they're not as paranoid about you slipping in some GHB to their drink. This is the media event of the century because I'm bringing radio back to the people. It's Radio 2.0. It's the future. You know, you don't listen with your ears, you listen with your soul. We're going to be doing a radio show and a podcast about a radio show and a blog that's about the podcast that's about the radio show. It's media intermingling, like one of those magazine ads that have all different ethnicities. You know, I'm getting under the city's skin, you know, into the fatty layer with the warm pillow of a gunk to rest your head on. You look up and you go, where's my dignity? With this radio show, I'm making a difference. And it's all in association with our sponsor, Zit, because we can spot the song you're looking for. You're listening to the radio, you hear a song, call Zit, 948-555-0100. Yeah, that's right, I'm walking the streets doing a show. This is live, people. Huh? This is radio.
Can you keep your voice down? You're talking too loud.
Hey, easy, honey. I'm on the radio.
Who cares what this is? Shut up.
Yeah? Can you wear a bag over your head? You're ugly. Go play some Sudoku and die peeing on yourself. You don't talk to the media like that. This is radio, in association with my mega awesome sponsor, Zit. This is about people taking the city back from the media barons. I'm literally walking the streets of Liberty City, interviewing people, getting questions answered, discovering why people want to live in a crime-infested, overpriced dump without trees. Excuse me, sir, can I speak to you for a minute?
What do you want?
Well, I want you to...
Hey, I'm not like that. I'm not a knob goblin.
Hey, listen, easy, okay? You're not my type. I prefer, unconscious chicks or MILFs with stretch marks. Besides, listen, dude, I'm famous. Do you want to be famous?
No way. I don't want the paparazzi taking pictures of me naked doing coke.
Sorry, bro, you're a little too late. You just made radio history. You're the very first guest on Integrity 2.0. This is history, my friend. The Laszlo Show here, making media history. Like when they shot the president on that episode of 72. Oh, I've been up for 3 days. I'm really moody. I'm trying to fight terrorism. How come nobody on TV goes to the bathroom?
What are you talking about? Have you been drinking?
Yeah, a little. But listen, quiet, okay? I'm talking. Let the host talk. People will remember this show. They'll remember this time because, I'm finally reinventing radio. I'm like Laszlo Marconi, I've tried blogging, porn. I've tried Vinewood, glory holes, facefuls of pills. But screw that, I'm not about dependency anymore. It's finally about me, because I'm a good-looking guy. I got a six-pack, huh? Look at that, huh?
Oh, dude, don't show me your stomach. That's disgusting.
Hey, come back here. I'll show...
That blooms every 12 years, is 8 foot high and smells like hell. I want to plant one on my ex-wife's lawn.
It's called Amorphophallus titanium. God, I love to say that. Amorphophallus titanium. I should have gone into rap music.
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo?
No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
very sulit!
Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong, Jolly Spaghetti time! Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their Jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are a favorite.
It's Kyle! I can't help it.
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
na walang katulad. Jolly Spaghetti!
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmula ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Maggi Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay ito ah.
Special kahit di mahal.
Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
As the press secretary, Mark can check me on that number. Not every briefing started exactly on time. There might have been a briefing or two that went a little longer than you would have preferred. But you have to admit, there was a lot to discuss. We had plenty of shameless plugs for the Kansas City Royals to squeeze in. There was, of course, the Freedom Caucus's infamous Tortilla Coast gambit. There was Congressman Steve Scalise, who reportedly compared himself favorably to David Duke. There was the reintroduction of the word snafu into the political lexicon as we were working to pass TPA. We discussed at length the various ways you can catch Zika. the various ways you can catch Ebola, and the various reasons scientists recommend you vaccinate your kids so that you don't catch the measles. Jon Stewart lit me up as I struggled to explain to John Carl why a couple of our political ambassadors for some reason had no idea what they were doing. At least the Stewart segment made some of my friends laugh. President-elect Trump, of course, took advantage of the opportunity to light me up as a foolish guy who makes even the good news sound bad. And I have to admit that even that one made me laugh. But it wasn't always fun and games around here. There was the time that I tangled with Senator Schumer about DHS funding for New York City, and the time that I tangled with Senator Schumer over the Iran deal, and the time that I tangled with Senator Schumer over the JASTA legislation, and the time I tangled with Senator Schumer over the wisdom of passing Obamacare, and the time I tangled with Senator Schumer over Trade Promotion Authority legislation. And to think, we actually spent most of the last 2.5 years complaining about how unreasonable Republicans in Congress are. The daily briefing, of course, is the most high-profile part of the press secretary's job, but it's not the only part that matters. The more important part, in many ways, is working with all of you and ensuring that the freedom of the press, that keeps this democracy vital. When I first entered this role, I worked closely with the White House Travel Office and the Department of Defense to reform the billing process for your flights in military aircraft, including Air Force One, making those bills more transparent and smaller. In the last 2.5 years, we've cajoled governments in China, Ethiopia, and Cuba to host news conferences on their soil, allowing the leaders of those countries and their citizens to see firsthand what it means for independent journalists to hold those in power accountable. Of course, it was the end of the year news conference that the president convened in this room in 2014 that got as much attention as any other, because President Obama called on 8 journalists, all women. And finally, everything that about this final week makes me think of all the incredible people whom I've been blessed to work with these past 8 years. I only have this opportunity because Robert Gibbs pulled me aside on election night 2008 in Chicago as the returns were coming in to tell me that he wanted me to come work with him at the White House. I'm only here because Jay Carney, Jennifer Palmieri, and Dan Pfeiffer supported and encouraged me when I was the deputy and advocated for me when Jay stepped down. I've also benefited from a kitchen cabinet of senior White House officials who've got a lot of other important responsibilities who are part of their formal job description, but stepped in to help me out every time I asked for it. That's people like Dennis McDonough, and Susan Rice, and Jennifer Psaki, Liz Allen, Jesse Lee, Cody Keenan, and of course Ben Rhodes. And I've only been able to do this job because I have an incredible team around me. My assistants over the years, Jeff Tiller, Antoinette Rangel, and now Desiree Barnes, all patiently supported a guy who, let's face it, sometimes isn't so easy to assist. The White House stenographers, Dominique Dansky-Berry, Beck Dory Stein, Amy Sands, Mike McCormick, Caitlin Young, and their tireless leader, Peggy Suntum. They work as hard as anybody at the White House and complain about it less than anybody at the White House. Applause is appropriate at that point. I think the only team that may contend with them might be the research department here at the White House that's led by Alex Plotkin and Kristen Bartoloni. But I hope you'll get a chance over the course of the next week to thank the stenographers for their important work, because I know they make your lives a lot easier too. The same goes for Peter Vels, Brian Gabriel, and Sarah Rutherford, who are stretched as thin and who are at least as effective as any team of press wranglers we've ever had here at the White House. My colleagues at the NSC, including Ned Price, Emily Horn, Mark Stroh, Carl Woog, and Du Tiantuat, patiently explained to me things that I didn't know so that I could in turn explain them to you. My team in lower press, Patrick Roddenbush, Katie Hill, and Brandy Hoffine, is as talented and as dedicated as any press team in this town. I begged Brandy to join this team when I first got this job, and her performance has far exceeded the sky-high recommendations I got from people all over town after I interviewed her. They are all, Katie, Brandy, and Patrick, as they say, going places. Eric Schultz is simply the best deputy that anyone in any field could ask for. He shows up early, he stays late, he's deaf. That's an inside joke. He's always prepared, he's unfailingly loyal. His judgment is sought after throughout the halls of the White House, not just by me, but by various members of the senior staff. And I'm sure that will be sought after in his bright post-White House future too, including by me. When you're President of the United States, you're widely regarded as among the most thoughtful and eloquent speakers on the planet, it must be hard to watch someone go on TV and speak for you. I suspect that's why when the president offered me this job, he said he wouldn't watch my briefings. But I know that he saw parts of them on those very rare occasions that he watched cable TV. And he never second-guessed me. Not once. He didn't just give me the opportunity of a lifetime. He had my back every single day, and I'm grateful for it. But there is one person who contributed to my success more than anyone else, and she doesn't even work at the White House. My wife Natalie was 6 months pregnant with our first child when I got this job. She was home with the air conditioning repairman when the President of the United States called me into the Oval Office to offer me the job. When I got back to my desk, I saw that I had several missed calls on my cell phone from her. I quickly called her back. I told her that I was sorry that I missed her calls, but that I had the best possible excuse for missing her. Since then, she's extended to me more support and understanding than I could ever ask for, even as she was becoming the best mom any 2-year-old kid could hope for. When I missed the mark up here, she didn't hesitate to tell me about it. And when I got it right the next day, it was usually because I followed her advice. So thank you, sweetheart, for your patience, your loyalty, your counsel, and your love. Without it, I would not be standing here. And I'll never be able to make it up to you. But I look forward to spending some more time with you in Walker so that I can give it a shot. Serving as the White House press secretary under President Obama has been an incredible honor. I've had the opportunity to advocate for his vision of the country, the same vision that deeply resonated with me when I signed up to work for him in Iowa in March 2007. And while those of us who have been fortunate enough to serve him here will go on to make a difference in new ways, I take heart in knowing that all of you will still be here. I draw confidence in knowing that you are driven by the same spirit that prompted those young kids that I mentioned at the top of my briefing a couple of weeks ago to move to an Iowa town that they'd never heard of to organize support for the Obama campaign. You have the same determination as the young people who are moving to Washington, D.C. today with no job, with no contacts, and no prospects, who are hoping to work in the Trump administration. You're motivated in the same way as the career civil servants, like the ones at the Department of Education, who's trying to stretch her agency's budget to ensure as many Hispanic kids as possible can get a decent education. You have so much in common with these people because each of you and what you do every day is critical to the success of our democracy. There will be days when you'll show up to work tired. I know the same was true of those Obama organizers in Iowa. There will be days where you will feel disrespected. And I know many of the young Republican staffers who move to Washington looking for a job will feel that way at times. It's hard to pound the pavement in this town when you don't know anybody. There'll be days where you will wonder if what you're doing even makes a difference. And I know that our civil servants sometimes wonder the same thing. But I assure you, if you, the most talented, experienced, effective press corps in the world, didn't play your part in our democracy, we would all notice. Your passion for your work and its centrality to the success of our democracy is a uniquely American feature of our government. It's made President Obama a better president and a better public servant. And it's because you persevere and you never go easy on us. So even though it's my last day, you better not let up now. So in that spirit, let me say for the last time standing up here, Josh, you want to get started with questions?
Sure. Thanks, Josh.
I'm not interrupting because he was saying nice things about you guys, because I largely concur. When I first met Josh Earnest, he was in Iowa. I think he was wearing jeans. He looked even younger than he was. And since my entire campaign depended on communications in Iowa, I gave him a pretty good once-over. And there are a couple things I learned about him right away. Number one, you know, he's just got that all-American matinee good-looking thing going. That's helpful, let's face it. Face made for television. Then the guy's name is Josh Earnest, which, if somebody's speaking on your behalf, is a pretty good name to have. But what struck me most, in addition to his smarts and his maturity and his actual interest in the issues, was his integrity. You know, there are people you meet who you have a pretty good inkling right off the bat are straight shooters and were raised to be fundamentally honest and to treat people with respect. And there are times where that first impression turns out to be wrong and you're a little disappointed and you see behind the curtain that there's spin and some hype and posturing going on. But then there's others who, the longer you know them, the better you know them, the more time you spend with them, the more you're tested under tough situations, the more that initial impression is confirmed. And I have now known this guy for 10 years almost. And I've watched him grow, and I've watched him advance, and I've watched him marry, and I've watched him be a father, and I've watched him manage younger people coming up behind him. And he's never disappointed. He has always been the guy you wanted him to be. And I think that, if you're the President of the United States and you find out that this is the guy who has been voted the most popular press secretary ever by the White House Press Corps, that may make you a little nervous. Thinking, well, maybe the guy's kind of being too solicitous towards the press. But the fact is that he was worthy of that admiration. He was tough, and he didn't always give you guys everything he wanted, but he was always prepared. He was always courteous. He always tried to make sure that he could share with you as much of our thinking and our policy and our vision as possible, and tried to be as responsive as possible, and that's how he trained the rest of his team to be. Of the folks that I've had the great joy and pleasure of working with over the last 10 years on this incredible journey, this guy ranks as high as just about anybody I've worked with. He is not only a great press secretary, but more importantly, he is a really, really good man. And I'm really, really proud of him. So, Josh, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Natalie and Walker, thanks for putting up with all of this, because they've made sacrifices too.
Thank you, sir.
Before you go, response to Vladimir Putin.
I'm going to be
Where were you going on Friday?
Well, that was awfully generous. So the president will be back tomorrow. He'll be standing here, and he'll be answering your questions. Today you're going to have to settle for me. So, Josh, you want to get us started?
Sure. Thanks, Josh. And I want to thank you and your team for your hard work and service in your roles. We've all tussled aggressively with you over the last many years, but that was as it should be. And you all have continued to always engage with us, and we appreciated that. Following up on the question that was just asked, have the Obamas decided where they will be heading when they board the presidential aircraft for the final time on Friday?
Yes. Josh, I can tell you that the first family is looking forward to flying to Palm Springs, California on Friday. The president vowed to take his family to a destination that is warmer than Washington, D.C. On Friday, and Palm Springs fits the bill. This is a community that the president's visited on a number of occasions as president of the United States, he and his family have enjoyed the time they've spent there in the past, and they're looking to travel there on Friday. Looking forward to traveling there on Friday.
And President Putin today was accusing the Obama administration of spreading false information about the president-elect in an attempt to delegitimize his presidency, and said that those in this administration who did that were worse than prostitutes. Does the Obama administration have any comment on that?
That's an interesting metaphor that he chose there. Listen, as I've said on a number of occasions, the men and women of the United States intelligence community are patriots. They are experts in their field. They do their work not because of the glory associated with it, because most of the time they have to keep their names secret. They don't do it for the big pay, because in many situations they could make a whole lot more money in the private sector. They do their important work to keep our country safe because they love this country. And they have served us.
This accident is really cool.
WCTR. There's a war going on in the streets. It's the war on thirst. Sprunk is winning the war on thirst with the new grenade-shaped can.
Hey, yo, pull the pin and blow your thirst right off in that brand new taste explosion.
Boom! Now that's the sound of refreshment. Sprunk. Go AWOL from the Cola Wars with an energizing mix of lemon, lime, 10 times the caffeine and
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo? No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
Very sulit! Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong, Jolly Spaghetti Time!
Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are our favorite.
It's Mayo! I can't help it.
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
Na walang katulad, Jolly Spaghetti.
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmula ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100? Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Maggie Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay ito ah.
Special kahit di mahal.
Kagagawan yan ng Magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
You just grab, get in, and go.
Oh my God, you in so much trouble!
You shut up, bitch!
Yeah, you be quiet, bitch. This is a news story. Oh, cool. This is great. This is quality journalism. Back to you, Leanne. Hey, let's get blunted and grab some Clucking Bell. I have got mad munchies.
Sounds good to me. Fire it up.
Dude, you got any papers?
Youth counselors in Los Santos are heading to the streets and meeting one-on-one with members of the community. One citizen told WCTR the real problem with drugs.
They always saying there's too many drugs in the hood. Homie, that's bullshit. Plain bullshit. I mean, the way I see it is, it ain't enough drugs in the hood. Ain't nothing like enough, and that's the real problem for people.
Police still have no leads in the tragic murder of Officer Ralph Pendlebury, whose body was found recently. Pendlebury worked for Internal Affairs. It was believed he was close to uncovering a huge corruption ring within the LSPD. A police spokesman denied the story. A San Fierro man is suing the Renaissance Fair for selling him replica weaponry, which he blames for a string of murders. Richard caught up with him.
I purchased a working catapult at the Renaissance Fair, and after a fight with my insurance salesman over my DWI, I began lobbing balls of fire at his house and burnt down an entire neighborhood. It's inexcusable. The manufacturers will pay. Give me some money. Come on, give me some money. It's their fault. What kind of a person sells a a catapult without putting a very clear warning on the side. I don't want to work very hard, so I've hired a lawyer. I'm gonna be rich.
Seems fair enough to me. I'm Leanne Forget. That was the news. Be safe out there.
Hello?
Mom, it's me.
Jimmy! How great to hear from you. How are you?
Not good, Mom. I killed a man drunk driving. I need bail money bad. Can you remortgage the house?
Every day is Mother's Day. San Andreas Telephone for those difficult conversations.
Have you heard the #1 gardening show in San Andreas? If not, here's what you're missing.
Well, why don't you just go buy your vegetables at the grocery store then, you sycophant? God, I just don't understand people.
You go to hell.
Well, screw you too, Mom. See if you're ever on the show again. Next caller, hello.
Yeah, what's that plant that blooms every 12 years? Is 8 foot high and smells like hell? I want to plant one on my ex-wife's lawn.
It's called Amorphophallus titanium. God, I love to say that. Amorphophallus titanium. The sound of it gives me a redwood in my khakis. If I come back as a superhero, I want to be called that. It's Amorphophallus titanium, the rare botanical wonder. See his 8-foot protrusion as he pollinates on everyone.
But why does it stink so bad?
It's about marking your territory, my man. You don't mark your territory, do you? You should try it. Pee on the front door of your office. Just see if anybody thinks of coming near you.
Okay, I would try that. Thank you so much for the advice, Maurice.
Oh, I'm here to help, sailor.
Gardening with Maurice, only on WCTR.
In darkness, you only have your nocturnal instincts to rely on. Ultimate Disc in the Dark, the electric, stimulating new game that's sweeping San Fierro. It's a non-contact, contact sport where you throw a flying disc in the dark.
I got it! Oh, get him! Nail his ass!
It's a new competitive sport for the uncompetitive, an aggressive, action-packed game for those who love nature and living on the edge. It's harder than football. It's faster than rugby. It's about throwing a plastic disc and catching it. Pitch, then catch, run to the goal and score. Ultimate Disc in the Dark. Just like a real sport, only we made it up, and it has a great social side.
Oh my god, what team are you on?
I'm on the other team.
Me too! Take that, silly.
But if you catch it, you gotta know what to do with it. Some will struggle, some will submit. Everyone is laughing.
Again.
But it's your quest to come out on top. This is a great excuse for some serious fun and a way to meet people like you and never see them again.
Oh, that's great.
League games begin at sunset every night in San Fierro Civic Park. Or start your own game. And because it's night, it's not too embarrassing to play a strip version. Come and play Ultimate Disc in the Dark.
Talk is cheap, especially on this station. Featuring more rich, angry people complaining. WCTR.
Do you find your daughter's friends attractive, but know they look at you as just a dad? Does the typing pool at work think of you more as a teddy bear than a tiger? Do you whack off in your minivan while listening to teen pop? You know, you'll be dead soon. You've missed out on so much. It's not too late to make a change. At the Midlife Crisis Center, we know you've made a success of yourself. Why are you sharing it with others? Why not enjoy it while you have a chance? What's holding you back? Cowardice. We'll get you to the other side of your despair. We specialize in real estate, divorce attorneys, mistress placement, plastic surgery, hair coloring and replacement, male fur coats, and much more. With a designer clothing store and sports car dealership on site, the Midlife Crisis Center will help you discover life while you still can. Come with your wife, leave with a sports car. While you've made a success of yourself, her chest has gone south. How can you have that trollop on your arm for a second longer? The answer is you can't. Ignore your children. Take yourself seriously. Visit the Midlife Crisis Center today.
It's a favorite show with serial killers and stalkers. Lonely Hearts is next.
All through the sultry anonymity of night and some of the day, you're on Lonely Hearts on WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio. Or as I like to call it, We Can't Talk Right. I love you all. I'm your host, Christy McIntyre. Let's go to the phones.
Hi, Christy. My wives and I love your show. It's really helped.
Aw, thanks. Do you want to tell us about it?
No.
Okay. Jenny on the line from Santa Maria. Hi, Jenny. How's your heart?
Broken, like my arm and 2 of my ribs.
What happened?
I married my childhood sweetheart, but it all went wrong. He's become a drunk, and he has a substance problem, too. And now he beats me every day.
Stay with him, honey. After all, you're only lonely when you're alone.
But he keeps threatening to kill me.
Jenny, do you know the meaning of the phrase homewrecker?
No.
What about selfish bitch? I want to bring people together, not break them apart. Who's on the phones? It's a big, lonely state out there.
Careful on, Mary. I'm watching you right now in the shower.
Notice how many lonely hearts are lunatics? You wonder why, or perhaps not. Brian from Las Venturas.
Hey, dude. My name's Brian. I'm calling from Las Venturas. I want to talk about my heart.
Why do men just repeat back what you say and never listen? Are you brain dead, Brian?
Oh, actually, it's ironic that you say that. It's because my wife's been brain dead for years now.
Oh, so sorry. I seemed all insensitive for a second there, possibly ruining my career. Would it help if I slept with you?
Probably not, dude, though. She wouldn't even notice. I mean, I get away with it all the time now, even after I did it with her sister. Actually, our relationship is better than ever. The passion is amazing. It's like I'm a new person each time. If she was back to the way she was before the accident, wow, I'd put her in a coma myself. I mean, it's fantastic.
That's very informative. You know, last night I wondered what it would be like to be brain dead. Then I watched My Five Uncles. God, I'd love to live in that house. Remember, a heart can mend, but a divorce lasts forever. Unless he makes you a widow. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Lonely Hearts. I was just calling up there because I was listening and I figured out, that I could help out some of y'all clients, This is none other than Jizzy, the proprietor of the Pleasure Domes Club. If anybody is out there lonely, first of all, with all the people on this planet walking around, there's no reason for anybody to be lonely. You understand? That's why I'm in the business of keeping people with company. You know what I'm saying? People who got low self-esteem and they need to pick me up. They need to come down to the Pleasure Dome, hang out with me, Jizzy, and my girls, you know what I'm saying? They gonna keep you company, have you feeling good. And this goes for everybody. I don't care who you are, how old you are. So come on down and hang out with me if you're lonely. And I'm gonna tell you something. You won't be lonely from the moment you walk in the door, because somebody's gonna grab your hand and it's gonna be all about to get down from that.
Good grief, that's not the way Lonely Hearts works at all. Is anyone here suffering? I want pain, misery, desolation, all the important things.
Hi, this is Tamara. I'm a stalker.
That's really beautiful. Tell everyone about it.
My man, well, I call him that, even though he's broken off all contact and is married to someone else. I killed a gazelle and sent its heart to him in an envelope. He liked it so much, he told the police and even the newspapers. Then I burnt down his place of business, and now I have a special surprise for him.
You have a great week. Isn't that really beautiful? That's all we have time for. If your heart is lonely, listen to other losers and you won't be lonely anymore. You'll want to spend the rest of your life in isolation, away from people, which is progress after all. Until next time.
I hope you enjoyed Lonely Hearts. It's always fun to laugh at other people's misery, isn't it?
Deal with your ignorance in 1 minute flat. Complex issues in 60 seconds. WCTR.
Let's be honest about things for a second. Really honest. You came out to the West Coast to get away from something. Everyone does. Let's face it, the Midwest is full of retards. That's why we've got the fastest growing population, a massive economy, and absolutely no history or culture. You used to be a dork, but you moved here, and suddenly you're cool. San Andreas is the land where you can be who you want to be. Change your name, come out, lie about your age, form your own religion, call yourself an actor but wait tables. It just doesn't matter out here. Everybody's at it. Until the awful moment old friends or family come to visit. Janice understands. Maybe it's time to change your identity. Don't let bad memories blow your cover. We'll teach you all the things you need to alienate your family quick. They'll never think of visiting you again. Select from a list of weird religions that involve burning things, singing children's songs backwards, and loads of television worship. We'll select a member of another race or life form for you to claim as your soulmate, and your dietary habits will go Pacific too. People come to San Andreas to escape their past. We'll help you lose contact with friends and family fast. Janice, it's time to invent the new you.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you. Like sensationalist bullshit.
Sexual realignment used to require expensive surgery, months of hormone treatments, years of therapy, and you still ended up looking like a drag queen. Now you can let the woman inside come out in the privacy and comfort of your own home, and it's as fast as this. Slice.
See? Now I'm a woman, thanks to Rapidite. This do-it-yourself sexual realignment kit includes everything you need to go from Brad to Brenda in a jiff. It's just snip, chop, stuff, and swallow, and away you go. Do it in the bathroom and surprise your family with the new you. Comes with an instructional video, rusty knife and tourniquet, 2 aspirins, and 47 pounds of estrogen. It's all you need. When it's time for a change, you want it fast. Rapidite, the do-it-yourself sexual realignment kit. Be exactly who you want to be.
If you love to hear liberals whine and conservatives lecture, then stay tuned for I Say You Say.
The future of America, threatened again. This time we mean it. I'm Dr. Phillips.
And I'm also Dr. Phillips. Today on the show, do cave paintings in museums make us violent?
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarians.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to one.
I have flashbacks and go into hysterics in science class. Do you know what it's like growing up in a beaker?
That's all today on I Say You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say You Say, where left is right and right is wrong.
Or where East meets West, and the West always wins. That wall came down, darling.
Yes, unfortunately it did. I don't know if you saw today's news, so who is in the right in this great dialectical disaster? Is it, as I think, a case of share and share alike, love your fellow man, and all wear matching jumpsuits while working on a collective hydroponic farm growing potatoes? Or kill or be killed, crush the weak, and starve the poor, as my wonderful wife thinks? You decide, or let us decide for you. Give us a call, and let my wife, a professor in social Darwinism, or me, a lecturer in pointless anthropology, work things out.
That's the problem with liberals. They don't know when to shut up and enjoy freedom. Let's go to the phones.
Yeah, hi. Here's the deal. I'm really funny, but nobody wants to hire somebody funny. I mean, how is that fair? I mean, I'm white, middle class, very erudite, whatever that means, but people just respond badly to me. I don't understand it.
Are you related to my husband?
I don't think so.
I hope not. Have you got a question about politics?
Yeah, sure. I know a lot about politics. Hey, can I do your job? I used to be on the radio back in the day.
Even my husband can't do his job, you strange, pathetic little sap. Let's have a real caller, please.
Hi, my name's Michelle. I'm a first-time caller to the show. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the proposition to ban smoking.
Well, this is a simple issue. Smoking. Democracy at work again in our state. Seems like a good thing when you first look at it, but democracy only works when you agree with it. Then it's best to favor a totalitarian state. I'm not sure about this one.
I think smoking is an invasion of my body, and I've always wanted to shoot people. I'm right behind the proposition.
Me too. Thanks, Michelle.
I also wanted to say hi to my stepbrother Phil, who's been undergoing a hair transplant today. Hey Phil, if you're listening, I hope it's 6 this time. I won't tell anyone you've got plugs, honey. I'm really proud of you.
That's great, honey, but if you want shout-outs, call the rap station.
That's offensive, and I'm really offended by what you're saying. I'm a smoker. This used to be a free country.
When?
Ha! Good point, Dolly. God, you're good. Yes, good point. But remember, our founding fathers grew tobacco. It relaxed them between stressful stints of genocide and witch-burning. And you're so against raising taxes, smokers pay more taxes than anyone. My grandfather smoked his whole life, and he lived until he was 32. So what I'm saying is, why can't we encourage more smoking and use the money to pay for better health care and some cultural programs, bringing expressive dance and sun worship back to the inner cities?
Worrying about the inner city has ruined your academic career, and this woolly thinking is going to ruin your chances of getting anywhere with me tonight.
Promise?
The thing is, smoking is good because it lets people make a lot of money, but so is selectively culling the population. So what I'm proposing is a change in the proposition. Let people smoke, but make cigarettes much cheaper and force everyone to smoke. That way we weed out the weak, make a lot of money in tax, and keep our national heritage intact.
Line 2, you're on I Say, You Say.
I listen every time to your show. It's really made me think about the world in a whole new way. I moved out of the city because it sucks. Now
Foreigners are coming. Who are they and why should we care? The FDA warns shampoo is killing your unborn child. Plus, protests continue outside the Zebra Bar Candy Company. Now for Traffic and Transit with Richard Burns.
That's right, Leanne. I'm Richard Burns. The aftermath of the devastating earthquake continues. Travel is still severely restricted statewide. Officials say there are still no reported casualties, which is truly unfortunate as it makes for incredibly boring news. The federal government is still refusing aid to help rebuild bridges, and everyone is blaming each other. Governors threatening to bomb Australia, despite scientific proof it's
say gang trouble is on the rise again, especially in Los Santos. Sources believe it is linked to the rising drugs trade, while others blame the fascist pigs. Also in gang news, customs officials report a huge influx of Russian mobsters and cheap weapons since the fall of the wall. The governor's office said everything is okay. In Vinewood news, rapper Mad Dog was celebrating the launch of his new clothing line. Richard caught up with him.
The thing about Mad Dog is, I'm thinking about becoming a superstar. I mean, I've done everything I could do in the rap game. I won shit hands down. Nobody can handle me, Lifetime champ, no shit. Can I say shit?
Oh, hey man, it's cool.
That's cool. Hey, no shit. I got clothes. I got labels coming out, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing drinks. I got shoes, tires, rims. Thinking, next stage is being a full-on superstar, Get to wear a tight suit and nail a lot of tail, you dig? You know what I do in real life.
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo? No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
very sulit!
Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong, Jolly Spaghetti time! Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are a favorite.
I can't help it.
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite! Na walang katulad. Jolly Spaghetti!
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmula ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Maggi Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay ito
Special kahit di mahal.
Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
Show you my glutes.
Now leave me alone.
Come on, you made history.
Go away.
You're like the John Wilkes Booth of radio. What is wrong with the people of Liberty City, Don't they want to be famous? Excuse me, madam. Look, listen. You're live on the radio. Have you got anything to say?
What? Oh my God.
No, take your time, honey. This is the reality of live entertainment. Like when I put on a fat suit and go and feel up tourists. Or that thing that got me indicted. Are you finally ready?
What are you talking about?
No, it's okay. Take your time. No problem. Imagine you're a stud about to impregnate a prize racehorse, I'm kind of like the Seabiscuit of radio.
Did you just call me a horse?
Not really, but now that you mention it, I'm just getting metaphorical in sort of an equestrian sense, because I've written fantastic poetry, I bet you look at me and you're thinking, wow, what a guy, how can I coax this filly into a moral congress? Can this man make a video with a horse? Lust. It's an idea, like freedom, like girls with leg braces falling downstairs, like dark matter, like shaking it when you're done at the urinal, but it doesn't really help. So tell me, what's on your mind here in Liberty City?
Yeah,
It may look easy, raising livestock, harvesting and hauling crops. But not everyone has what it takes to keep these farms running. We ensure that cities are fed, that our people are fed. Whether it's for profit or for the good of my guild, I can look back at the end of the day and be proud of my work.
You got a glass jaw, baby gangster! Come here, I want to tell you something.
Oh my god, am I on the radio?
Do you not realize that? This is a microphone, stupid.
Oh my god, you're an asshole.
No, actually, I'm a DJ, but I don't spin records. I spin words into minds. Let's go over here to this guy sitting there, eating lunch outside. What do you think is the problem with this city?
The problem with this city? Man, look around you. Look at these women. Look at these skirts. Look what they're wearing. They wear these things and they don't want you to touch them. All of a sudden, a cop is after you. All of a sudden, their boyfriends are coming after you. Why? You want to show me parts of your body? I want to touch them. Let me touch them and I'll go away. I don't want to have babies with you. I just want to touch for a little while. Is that a crime?
Actually, sort of, yeah. Yeah, you can't just go grabbing women's buttocks.
What about lightly?
No.
Hey, we're people too. We're part of society. And all we're doing is we're just grabbing for a little while and letting go.
Yeah.
Nipples, necks, buttocks.
Okay.
Thighs.
I gotcha. Okay.
Front.
Listen, give me
Back.
the microphone back. Listen, I agree with you. I mean, fashion's in big trouble in this city. Women sometimes, like you say, are so attractive you can't help but bite them.
Yeah.
And then there's other women that are wearing like those lime green and orange rubber clog sandals. Ugh. I mean, women are wearing tit curtains now that make them look pregnant. I mean, men wearing women's jeans. I mean, you get in trouble for hanging outside a women's clinic now to cruise on chicks.
You get in trouble for that?
What happened to freedom in this city, I mean, the mayor's shutting down the porn stores, banning smoking and trying to outlaw fun.
But there's more places you can go, man. You can find some more places to find women.
Like schools. Could you really not rub your junk
Why not?
and talk about
Why not? Let me just do it for a little while.
Dude, listen.
Schools.
Stop. Listen, dude. Okay, just finish up. I don't want to be...
There we go.
I just don't want to...
There we go.
I just don't want to be...
That's it. That's all I wanted to do, and there it is.
Okay. I want to
go.
give you blue balls on my radio show.
What a day.
I mean, I'm talking about the glory days in life, I mean, if you think back to when 16-year-olds could drink and listen to metal music, when you could smoke in bars, you could get into high-speed accidents, and you could go, dude, I lost my right arm, and your friends would say, dude, who cares, you can drum.
Totally.
I mean, it's like, I think
you could do it with your sister.
Dude, shut up. I'm trying to do a fucking radio show here, I mean, things were so much simpler before I got divorced, But this really isn't about me. It's about you, the people in the streets, this guy rubbing his junk, I mean, it's about a revolution, Anyway, this is Radio 2.0. It's in association with Zit, because nobody's been this edgy or even stupid to take on the media, This is the #1 media investment of our time. You go out, you talk to the real people of Liberty City, and then you've got everything set up, and then the fucking assholes at the Bank of Liberty deny your loan the day that the rent on your studio.
Oh, dude, they're the worst. So, the little plastic window thing? I put my junk right through the little hole in the window.
My life's an amusement ride, and it needs to be on the radio because, in life it's like you wait in line all day for this ride called life. You sweat, you hate yourself, and then it's over in 45 seconds. And she looks at you, she says, I have to go, and she sort of leaves the room awkwardly, and you just wish that once you could share a bed with someone who wouldn't get creeped out by the pictures of my ex-wife on the nightstand. I gotta take a break.
No. Is there something wrong with me? It's my weight, isn't it?
No, you're great. Just the way you are.
Erectile dysfunction is more common than you think, especially due to the fatigue and alcohol abuse that often accompanies taking home a large, needy girl from the bar late at night. That's why there's Mollis. Don't let your penis let you down. Mollis overrides the dignity and disgust that often result from a sexual encounter with a desperate girl. So you can have the confidence and stamina to make an impression that lasts.
Wow, that was incredible. Can I see you tomorrow?
Yeah, listen, could you use the back door so my friends don't see you?
Asshole!
Ask your bartender about Mollis, or order online from any number of disreputable Mexican pharmacists. Mollis is Vesuvius citrate and should be taken with alcohol. Mollis, respect be damned.
Telling it like it is on the tough streets. Here's Laszlo trying to reclaim his integrity.
All right, you're back. It's the Laszlo Show on Integrity. Integrity is the name of the station. I'm out here walking the streets of Liberty City, doing a live radio show, meeting the real citizens of the city, you know, getting urban, you know, like a music video. And I'm in slow-mo, and there's just girls dancing around me. Excuse me, young man. Do you want to be on the radio?
Young man? You trapped in the 70s? Nobody says young man. What else are you gonna say? Fresh?
Look, whatever, homeboy. Listen, tell me what the kids are into. Yeah, I gotta connect with the kids. Not my private parts, you know, but that's for online. But what are you out doing?
Yo, I'm delivering weed.
But you're only like 13.
Exactly. I won't go to prison. That's what my cousin told me. We work for FlyHighPizzaPie.com. You wanna smoke? It's good shit. I got Purple Goat, Widow's Laughter, Blueberry Nightmare, Amsterdam Amnesia, and some hydroponic nun's vagina. It's all good. It's good shit. Blow your head off. Only $600 a quarter.
Damn. And the city is some overpriced shit. Look, I don't need fancy brand names for reefer. Commercialism is destroying the grit of this city. You know, when you could catch an STD from a him, her, you know? Look at Star Junction. People singing to each other and fisting puppets instead of having gunfights and just shooting horse. Get out of here. You know, this show is not going to be like the one I did at that radio station in buttfuck nowhere. I spent the last few years of my life in a gin martini getting shafted by the cruel fates of slow career suicide. The city makes you angry. Makes you want to rip a fool's head off. You know, bite people on the cheek for talking on the fucking mobile phone on the train. You know, bite people walking too slow up the stairs of the subway. You know, bite people that are more successful than me. It's like I'm radioactive. Why can't I have a girl half my age like all my friends that are in the media? Huh? Someone young and dumb. You know, I've taken a lot of risks, just like this. You know, I'm back. They say you can't keep a good guy down. You, sir, can you keep a good guy down?
Sure, but I don't want to go down, man. You can go down on me.
Whoa, easy, fella. You know, I'm a raging heterosexual. Ask my ex-wife. That's why they call me Jack Rabbit Jones. What is wrong with this place? God, you people are freaks.
Hey, asshole, I'm not a freak.
Right, whatever. You know, there may be a lot of freaks in Liberty City, but the biggest freak in town is back. Me. Excuse me, ma'am. My name's Laszlo. Am I the biggest freak you've ever met?
Are you kidding? You should meet my husband. He wears my underwear when he thinks I'm out of the house.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? I mean, I've worn panties.
Damn, you got some problems, son.
Hey, it's not weird if a chick asks you to do it. And then it's hot. Listen, I'm kind of divorced.
No wonder. You gotta be a man, Laszlo.
Yeah? Listen, are you and your husband up for maybe some webcam action? You know, you could pay to watch me dance online. I can do like the windmill nude.
Break dancing? Are you kidding? Get away from me, please.
Fine. You know, you probably don't even have a blog. Maybe it's this mustache and my sexually suggestive t-shirt that freaks people out. You know, I'm just trying to do a radio show. But actually, that's what's great about Liberty City. You know, you spend $200 on a vintage t-shirt, you wear $500 designer hip-hop pants and limited edition neon high tops that some teenager scribbled on with a marker, and you're on the cusp of fashion. At least that's what everyone tells me. This mustache once got me laid. Yeah, you know, she was a slow girl, kind of deaf in one ear, but man, you know, you give her $10, she was yours in an alley for 10 minutes. Love.
Para no sweat summer, mag-grab food.
To eat pennies, that girl. Excuse me, sir. Hey, I'm doing a radio show here. It's kind of like a social networking site where nobody cares about you or your stupid profile. Let me ask you, what's your favorite website?
I like the top 3 or the top 1. It depends on which one you want to go by, but which chart is. I can't stop checking out electrictip.com. I mean, there's this one thing where there's teenagers lip syncing.
The viral videos. Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of them that are like teenagers and they're lip syncing the songs in their bedroom, and it's like a high school talent show. But I can't get arrested. It's streaming audio.
Isn't that where
it's
there's
streaming
like
photos.
There's a cup and there's 2 girls and.
Yeah.
but there's a back door you can take.
Listen, I don't need to hear about your back door. I'm trying to do a radio show.
All right. Oh, so you do a radio show?
Yes,
Is
I'm
it streaming
doing a radio.
online?
Listen,
is it streaming online?
Listen, all I know is this internet is seriously cutting into my radio career because I got to tell you that the MP3, please, nobody's going to be talking about MP3s.
Okay, I'm going to show you.
Radio is coming back
radio
because
is
it's
not
Laszlo.
back.
Yes, it's Laszlo 2.0. I'm out here on the street.
No,
dude, this is some edgy shit.
No, it's not edgy shit. It's not edgy shit at all.
Dude, it's not. It's the radio.
I want to download it.
It's the radio.
Streaming radio.
Listen, I want to start my own clothing line. Can you help me with the website?
Virtual or real?
Yeah, real. You know, I
Okay.
want to sell like bowling shirts, karate uniforms, like trainers, cock
How much
socks.
memory do you have? How much memory?
I don't know. I just want a website where you can buy Laszlo stuff. You know,
how much memory? What are the gigs?
I don't know. Listen, I'll tell you what I need. I need stuff. A lot of my fans.
Do you have an external hard drive?
No. A lot of my fans like huff gasoline. They watch professional wrestling. You know, they want to be able to put on a Laszlo shirt and knock kids off of bicycles. You know, and that was rock and roll in Vice City in the 80s. I mean, that was rock and roll. And then my career hit the skids, and I'm stuck doing this and talking to you with your horn-rimmed glasses, and you never seen a vagina. And what
I've seen many
what
vaginas.
What has happened
okay?
to me? Listen, let's go. I'm gonna go talk to this chick over here. Excuse me.
Me too. Hey, lady?
No, leave her
lady.
alone. Leave
Hi,
her alone.
how are you? What's your URL?
Leave her alone.
How much memory do you have? Excuse me, ma'am?
What do you want?
I'm doing a radio show.
Nobody listens to the radio anymore. Give me a break. We have the internet. You ever heard of it? Now leave me alone. I'm trying to send a text message.
You're trying to send a text message. LOL. Listen, I'm doing Radio 2.0. You know, radio's been around for a long time. This is like real-time MP3.
Whatever. If I can't send emoticons through it, I'm not interested. If you get really drunk and pretend that your face is a punctuation mark, you can really get to the bottom of life's gripping questions.
Okay.
Whatever, old man.
Oh, man! You'll never get to experience the 80s, except for one of those stupid clip shows on MeTV where washed-up comedians make snarky comments. You know, I may be bitter and divorced, but I plan on getting a sports car, you know, and figuring out how to play online games, and banging chicks like you, and then dropping you back off at school. You know what? Nobody likes your breasts. You know that? Huh? When I was massively famous in the 80s, you know, launching my radio career, there was this weird performance art about robots, and a very bizarre man theorized that one day, DJs would be replaced by robots, and that a machine would pick the music and hold humans in slavery, walking around with their portable devil DJ machines. And here we are, in Liberty City, and the world is oblivious. They've got headphones on. But I'm here doing this, trying to get people to listen to the radio, to rise up, because they're all controlled by robots. Speaking of robots, let's take a quick break. This is The Laszlo Show on Integrity.
Broadcasting today, cookie-cutter monotony overseen by hand-wringing lawyers, irrelevant executives, paranoid consultants, greedy fund managers, and stockbrokers. Now, radio finally has integrity.
So everybody, you're listening to Integrity 2.0, and we're back. We have got funding. We got funding. We are back on the air, and as soon as I can figure the technology out and what a DNS is, we will be live on the World Wide Web, streaming with what I believe is called a web page. That's right, Integrity 2.0, taking free speech somewhere entirely new. The internet. We're going global. Global, people, like all the way around. Where people don't even wear bras or shoes. It's a great big media reach around, and for once, Laszlo is not getting bummed. I am doing the bumming. I'm bumming the world. Where am I gonna stick it? Oh yeah, you take it, baby. You like that? Maybe I'll pull your hair, world. Maybe a little low, below the equator. How do you like that? How do you like that? Who's your daddy now, world? Laszlo. Yeah, that's right. I am the Big Bang. I'm back. I was a dwarf star, and now I'm fucking supernova. So, everybody, welcome Integrity 2.0. After a few weeks off the air, we're back. We got funding, and I want to say, seriously, a quick moment. Thanks, Mom. Money's rotting in your 401k. The financial district screwed everybody in this country. Invest in new media. Me. And now, your money is building a show business empire. One brick at a time. Today, Liberty City. Tomorrow, reach arounds. I love you, Mom. This is the best thing you ever did for me. And I love you too, Stepdad Isaac. I mean, seriously, I love you. You know, I admit I struggled when you came into my life and our family, but I really do love you. I know you're the man of the house now. I can accept the rules about the curfew. You know, I'm going to get my new place as soon as I find something suitable. I respect you. I respect your rules. I cherish our time together. There, all right? I said it. Okay. Liberty City, the media. It's a fucking jungle out there, like a Greek girl's pants, you know? Thick shrubbery. I'm talking like undergrowth, overgrowth, where it's just busting out the sides in a massive sweet spot that emanates juice. That's me. Yeah, I'm the G-spot of radio, and I'm back. I'm a middle-aged man who has been forced by the collapse of global media to move back in with his mom and his truly wonderful stepdad, Cockface. I'm sorry, I mean Isaac. And yet, my namesake Lazarus, and that's my name. I'm back from the dead. It's Laszlo 2.0, Integrity 2.0, maybe even 3.0 some days. You know, beaten but never broken. You can't take a broadcasting titan down. I learned that. And trust me, I'm no exception. I'm here to stay, like the national debt or syphilis. I'm that unwelcome itch and pus-ridden sore that just won't die. I'm telling the truth about the city, to the city, for the city, and any corporate sponsors who want me to put in a good word for them. Trust me.
Spooky insights into sports, dude. I love your show, man. I love you.
Yeah, look, great talking to you. Excuse me. Hey, that's really perceptive stuff. You know, we've been petitioning stadiums to install a urinal trough in front of each row of seats. Now, it's so inconvenient having to leave your seat, make everyone stand up, get up, you know, to let you by, then go stand in line for the bathroom. I mean, half the time we can barely walk anyway, all right? So we'll be handing out petitions that say support the team.
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo?
No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery, very sulit!
Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong, Jolly Spaghetti Time!
Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are a favorite.
It's Kyle! I can't help it!
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
Na walang katulad, Jolly Spaghetti!
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmula ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic. Maggi Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay ito ah.
Special kahit di mahal. Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
Incredibly well in keeping us safe. They have served President Obama enormously well. And this is not the first time that the intelligence community has had some uncomfortable things to say about Russia. These are the kinds of things that I'm sure the Russians would rather not hear. But ultimately, and this is something that the next administration is going to have to decide, there's a pretty stark divide here. On one side, you've got the men and women of the United States intelligence community. You've got Democrats in Congress. You've got Republicans in Congress who are concerned deeply about the way that the Russian apparatus sought to call into question the legitimacy and stability of our democracy. On the other side, you've got WikiLeaks and the Russians. And the incoming administration is going to have to decide which side they're going to come down on. And They'll be among the very interesting things that all of you will be closely watching in the next week.
I was wondering, as you reflecting over the last 8 years, whether you can identify the greatest achievement that you felt you were able to accomplish, and also the biggest regret that you have as you're leaving this part of your life.
Well, I think there are two things that come to mind. The first is that over the course of the 8 years that I've worked here in the White House, the President's communication team walked in this building at a time of dramatic change in the media environment, in the news business, thanks largely to advancements in technology. And updating and modernizing and capitalizing on those new opportunities was an important part of President Obama's success in the White House. I cite this example because I think it's a good one, as you all consider the relationship that you're going to build with the incoming administration. It's a good example because some of the things that we've heard from the incoming administration has raised some concerns, at least based on what I've read publicly. Some of the things that we tried to do, capitalizing on new technology, breaking news on Twitter, having the president film videos that we released on Facebook, having the president engage in conversations that were released to the public with people who aren't journalists, but people who have a strong following nonetheless, whether that's somebody like Mark Maron or any of the YouTube personalities that President Obama has an opportunity to visit with. Bear Grylls in this category. All of that was disconcerting to people in this room and was the source of some friction between our operations. But those changes were beneficial to the American people and to this president and to this White House. Because in a changing environment, we need to capitalize on every available opportunity to make sure that the president's voice and his message is heard. And those were good opportunities to do that. So my hope is that as you all navigate this new relationship,
trying to check me? I'll smooth knock you out.
That you'll protect the things that are worth protecting. Protecting this daily briefing and the regular exchange that senior officials have at the White House with all of you to answer tough questions, to be held accountable, to respond to calls for greater transparency. It's uncomfortable to be in a position of authority, certainly a position of responsibility, and to be subjected to those kinds of questions. That's true even when you're doing the right thing, for the right reasons. But it's a necessary part of our democracy. And so my hope is that the essence of this relationship between the White House press corps and the White House press office will be preserved, and it will be maintained for future generations to benefit from. But there also is a good reason there's also a good reason to not just raise objections because proposed changes depart from the way we've been doing things for a long time. The fact that we've been doing something the same way for a long time is not in and of itself a good reason to keep doing things the same way. So this is going to require a lot of hard work, probably going to require building some trust, but I'm optimistic that the White House press corps and the White House press office can continue to adapt to the modern environment, even as some of the basics and this important principle continues to be protected. And I feel like we've navigated that pretty well. And that certainly was an important part of my responsibilities here, both in my first 5.5 years as the Deputy White House Press Secretary, and certainly in the last 2.5 as the Press Secretary. You know, with regard to things that I could have done better, you can probably point to an exchange in every briefing transcript and find a place where I could have said it more cleanly or more effectively or more clearly. So I'm sure there are many of them. The one example that always comes to mind when I'm asked about this is in early September, the first week in September of 2015, we were in the midst of negotiating or working with Congress to protect the Iran deal, you'll recall that there was an opportunity for Congress to vote to pass a resolution of disapproval of the agreement. And we were working hard to build a veto-proof minority in Congress to protect the president's veto of that resolution of disapproval. And quickly, our attention turned to actually building a substantial support in the Senate to allow that agreement to survive a filibuster. And I inadvertently announced Senator Warner's support for the Iran deal before he'd announced it. So our ledge staff wasn't too happy with me. Senator Warner wasn't too happy with me. But as I called when I called Senator Warner shortly after the briefing to apologize, I explained to him that it was not a mistake, and I avoided, with one exception, doing briefings after a red-eye flight, which I suspect contributed to that error back in September of 2015. But the one thing that I do feel good about, and the thing that I'm proud of, and this is a lot of credit goes to some of the people that I mentioned at the beginning. I always felt well prepared when I was standing up here. I always felt prepared to tell the truth and to give you as clear a sense as possible the president's thinking on a particular issue. And in some ways, that's the most important mandate of the person that's standing up here. And I'm proud of the way that we've fulfilled.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. Jeff.
Josh, first of all, on behalf of the White House Correspondents Association, we want to thank you for your commitment to regular briefings with us. We haven't always agreed on everything, and there has always been some tension, which is normal between the White House and the press corps that covers it. But we are grateful to you and your team for working with the Correspondents Association and for your commitment to dealing with us on a daily basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
That hat off, I would ask you a question today about Iran.
Okay.
The Iranian president said today that President-elect Trump cannot unilaterally cancel the nuclear deal, and has said it is meaningless what the president-elect has said about that. Has the Obama administration offered any assurances to the Iranian government about that? And logistically, is it true or is it not true that President-elect Trump could in fact just nullify the deal?
Well, there are not any assurances. You've heard the president say this on a number of occasions. There are not any assurances that this administration has made to foreign leaders about what the incoming administration will do. The incoming president will determine what he believes is the best course for the country, and he'll make that decision accordingly. With regard to the international agreement to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon, this is not just an agreement between the United States and Iran. This is an agreement between Iran and some of our closest allies, and some countries with whom we don't regularly get along on every issue, but serve on the United Nations Security Council. And all of those other countries are committed to this agreement because it does prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon. You'll recall that this was one of the foremost foreign policy challenges facing this president when he took office. The world was deeply concerned about the rapid progress that Iran was making toward building a nuclear bomb. And that progress was halted and rolled back because of the tough principled diplomacy that we initiated and implemented over years to reach this point. And in fact, just yesterday, the general director of the IAEA, Mr. Amano, issued a statement, and I'm just going to read a couple sentences. Iran has removed excess centrifuges and infrastructure from the Fordow fuel enrichment plant in line with its nuclear-related commitments under the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. That's the international agreement. The JCPOA required Iran within 1 year from implementation day to complete the removal of all excess centrifuges and infrastructure from the Fordow fuel enrichment plant and to transfer them to storage at the Natanz fuel enrichment plant under continuous agency monitoring. That's a remarkable step. You'll recall the dramatic moment in September of 2009 when President Obama, with other world leaders, announced to the world this secret nuclear facility that Iran had constructed and was using to advance toward a nuclear weapon. So this is an agreement that's worked. It's an agreement that's going to require conscientious implementation. It's going to require continued diplomacy. we're going to need to work with the rest of the international community to make sure that Iran is adhering to the commitments that they've made. But after doing that for a year, we've got proof of concept. This has worked. And as the incoming president considers the best path forward, we're hopeful and even optimistic that he'll consider the success of the last year as he designs a policy for the years ahead.
The president has made a slew of appointments this week in his last few days in office to places like the Kennedy Center Honor, the Kennedy Center Board, and others. Why is this happening now, and do you have any ethical concerns about doing this sort of on the way out?
I don't. I think the list of people that the president's put forward for these important positions speaks for themselves. These are people, these are upstanding members of the community, some of whom have served this president in this White House and have done so with extraordinary distinction. And these are new and different ways for them to serve that appeal to their own personal interests. So I think this is, I know this is entirely consistent with what previous presidents have done. This is entirely consistent with the executive authority that's vested in the White House. And President Obama is executing that authority consistent with the best interests of the American people.
Lastly, do you have any reaction to British Prime Minister May's announcement today that Britain will exit the single market when it leaves the European Union?
Jeff, what we've been saying from the beginning is that the United States was going to be encouraging both the leaders of the EU and the leaders in the UK to work effectively together to design a relationship among these critically important American allies. And we've urged them to engage in that process in a way that is as transparent as possible to prevent any sort of economic disruptions from misunderstandings or from surprises. And both sides have worked to do that. But ultimately, it's going to be up to them to design a relationship that is supported by their constituents. It certainly is going to make these kinds of conversations more complicated. But this reflects the will of the people as the British people voted in a referendum last summer. And there's a lot of hard work that their elected representatives need to do to design a relationship with the EU that serves them best. And it's firmly in the interest of the United States for them to do that effectively. And we certainly have supported them as they've done that over the last several months. And I anticipate the incoming administration will do the same. Okay? Olivier.
Thanks, Josh. Just two for you. Piggybacking on Jeff's question, one of the posts you guys announced is an ambassadorial nominee to the Republic of Congo. I can't imagine you think that person's going to get confirmed. What's the rationale behind that?
Well, Olivia, I think it's a couple of things. The first is you never know. The second is, so you're saying there's a chance. That's a fun movie. I probably should have spent more time quoting from Dumb and Dumber. I guess that would have been a regret of my 2.5-year tenure here. I think the other thing, in some cases, this is also sending a clear signal to Congress about who are people who are qualified for these jobs. And so this can send a clear signal both in terms of their career trajectory, even if they're not confirmed for these positions, but that the president has got a lot of confidence in their ability to handle significant responsibilities. And so even if they are not confirmed for the position that they've been nominated for, there may be future opportunities in a similar area where they could continue to serve the United States. We've obviously talked a lot about how there are many deserving, worthy, talented Americans who've been put forward by this administration and who've been treated in breathtakingly unfair ways by Republicans in Congress. And that is a source of deep disappointment that we continue to feel even in our last days in office here.
Second one, on this president's watch, North Korea has moved ahead with its missile program and its nuclear program. Does that weigh on the president's mind? Has he discussed it with the president-elect?
I have refrained from getting into the content of the conversations between the two men.
Come on, man, look out!
What I can say is I know that the President's National Security Council and his National Security team has been engaged with the incoming President's team on a range of issues, including on North Korea. So I am confident that this challenge is on the radar screen of the incoming President and his team. With regard to President Obama's work in this area, we have not made as much progress as we would have liked in halting North Korea's nuclear activities that are in violation of a range of international agreements. What we have succeeded in doing, however, is building a rock-solid international consensus, including with countries like Russia and China, about the need to apply further pressure to North Korea to refrain from those kinds of destabilizing, provocative actions. And that's an important step and will serve the incoming administration well as they work on this challenge. What President Obama has also done is work closely with the civilian and uniformed leadership at the Department of Defense to ensure that our defense posture in the Asia-Pacific is able to protect the American people from this threat. So that has involved the deployment of additional ships with anti-ballistic missile capabilities. It has involved the construction of sensitive and sophisticated radar that can be used in conjunction with those systems to protect the American people. And we've worked closely with places, with allies like Japan and South Korea to construct those defenses. So the American people, because of the decisions that have been made by the Commander-in-Chief, are safe from North Korea's current capabilities.
Homie, you down?
But we continue to be concerned about their actions, and we're going to need to work effectively with the international community to address that situation. Okay? Paul.
Did Newton's toys and finally, are women made from sand? We explore deeper and get to the truth. I'm Marvin Trill. This is Area 53. Hello, you're on the line.
I'm a truck driver and listen to your show all the time. I see a lot of unexplained phenomena out there, especially in restrooms. I agree with you about the moon. We never landed on the moon. It's such a good thing.
Remember, the
Russians are shooting into space are hot dogs and monkeys. Kind of a Noah's Ark fast food kind of vibe. Hey, my dead aunt could make a better space station than that.
I'd like to meet her. On the conspiracy line, follow. You're in Area 53. Do not use fluoride. It's evil. It made me kill my doctor. Why would you worry about a chemical that the government puts into the water? Animals can now be trained to fly, including several species of bird. Think about the military applications. Hello, caller. Hi, I'm really worried about hackers setting a nuclear bomb after me. You know, through the phone. Do you think they can pinpoint my location? Look, it's good for the economy to live in constant fear. I mean, the phone company, they have your name on the bill. They know your number. How do you feel about that? I knew it. Hello, Julie from Liberty City. You're on the line.
A cowboy ghost has been haunting my house.
I want you to take off your blouse. Stand at the window. Stand there for hours each night. Lure him in. Trapping rogue spirits is...
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo?
No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
very sulit! Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong, Jolly Spaghetti time!
Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest. Sweets are a favorite.
I can't help it.
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
na walang katulad. Jolly Spaghetti.
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmulan ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic. Maggie Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay ito ah.
Special kahit di mahal. Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
I live in a compound surrounded by barbed wire and shoot and kill anyone I don't recognize on my land. Just want to say thank you. That's some quality broadcasting.
Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about myself. Have you got a question?
Yeah, I got corpses from 15 illegal immigrants in my yard. I killed them all myself with my bare hands. Could I get a tax break for all this unpaid work?
Good question. I would certainly hope so. Ask your accountant if you can register them as dependents. Then hide most of your net worth offshore in a complex money laundering system designed to support the drugs trade. Then you can pay virtually no taxes and complain about how awful you think the whole country is, knowing you're doing as little as possible to help.
Cool, thanks. That's good advice.
I'm appalled at you, Mary Phillips.
Why?
Because that man has a garden full of corpses and you're talking about money laundering.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for some profit-centric thinking.
You missed a wonderful opportunity to talk about recycling and organ donation.
Oh, God, give me...
And finally, in foreign news, a suspected U.S. agent was caught in Panama selling weaponry to right-wing guerrillas, causing a major incident. But we plan mostly to gloss over the implications and hope you enjoy some sporting activity tonight. The State Department is advising against foreign travel. This was Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Let's be careful out there.
All the news the government wants you to hear. WCTR.
It's a favorite show with serial killers and stalkers. Lonely Hearts is next.
All through the sultry anonymity of night and some of the day, you're on Lonely Hearts on WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio. Or as I like to call it, we can't talk right. I love you all. I'm your host, Christy McIntyre. Let's go to the phones.
Hi, Christy. My wife and I love your show. It really helps.
Aw, thanks. Do you want to tell us about it? Okay. Jenny on the line from Santa Maria. Hi, Jenny. How's your heart?
Broken, like my arm and two of my ribs.
What happened?
I married my childhood sweetheart. It all went wrong. He's become a drunk. And he has a substance problem, too. And now he beats me every day.
Stay with him, honey. After all, you're only lonely.
But he keeps threatening to kill me.
Jenny, do you know the name of the place homemaker?
No.
What about selfish bitch? I want to bring people together, not break them apart. Who's on the phone? It's a big, lonely state out there.
Careful on, Mary. I'm watching you right now in the shower.
Notice how many lonely hearts are lunatics? You wonder why, or perhaps not. Brian from Las Venturas.
Hey, dude. My name's Brian. I'm calling from Las Venturas. I want to talk about my heart.
Why do men just repeat back what you say and never listen? Are you brain dead, Brian?
Oh, actually, it's ironic that you say that. It's because my wife's been brain dead for years now.
Oh, so sorry. I seemed all insensitive for a second there, possibly ruining my career. Would it help if I slept with you?
Probably not, dude, though. She wouldn't even notice. I mean, I get away with it all the time now. Even after I did it with her sister. Actually, our relationship is better than ever. I mean, the passion is amazing. It makes one of a new person each time. If she was back to the way she was before the accident, wow, I'd put her in a coma myself. I mean, it's fantastic.
That's very informative. You know, last night, I wondered what it would be like to be brain dead. Then I watched My Five Uncles. God, I'd love to live in that house. Remember, a heart can mend, but a divorce lasts forever. Unless it makes you a widow. Hello?
Yeah, hello, Lonely Hearts. I was just calling up there because I was listening and I figured out, you know, that I can help out some of y'all clients. You know, this is none other than Jizzy, the proprietor of the Pleasure Domes Club. If anybody is out there lonely, first of all, with all the people on this planet walking around, there's no reason for anybody to be you are, how old you are. So come on down and hang out with me if you're lonely. And I'm gonna tell you something. You won't be lonely from the moment you walk in the door. Because somebody's gonna grab your hand and it's gonna be all about getting there.
Good grief! That's not the way Lonely Hearts works at all! Is anyone here suffering? I want pain, misery, desolation, all the important things.
Hi, this is Tamara. I'm a stalker.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Tell everyone about it.
My man, well, I call him that, even though he's broken off all contact and is married to someone else. I killed the gazelle.
Life in isolation, away from people, which is progress after all. Until next time.
I hope you enjoy Lonely Hearts. It's always fun to laugh at other people's misery, isn't it?
Come live the mystery.
Cool off in our water sports park. I'll show your kids a great time. It's something they'll never forget and talk about for years to come, especially at therapy sessions.
It's the place for magic and adventure.
Leaving me free to shop and get lipo.
Who's ready for the incredible... Hey, I'm flattered, but I don't swing that.
Strength! I married a fool. You know, when we first met, Peyton, I thought you were so glamorous with your long hair and big ideas. You were studying for a PhD in cultural ceramic history or cross-cultural underwear or something, and I was very young. Very foolish. Now I see you for what you are.
And what's that exactly?
An intellectual cesspit.
The Wild Traveler. Next.
Support for The Wild Traveler is brought to you by the Ultimate Disc in the Dark Association of America, who encourages you to get out and play hard. Hello, I'm James Pedeaston, World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. We're discussing the world and all of its many pleasures. Let me put it like this. Why have a hot dog from an uncaring vendor by the bathroom when you can attend a beer-guzzling marathon in Germany with enormous men and taste a wonderful German's Wurst? The world is full of incredible things, and you can discover them for yourself.
Middle-class disaster, a guilt trip wrapped in neuroses and completely unable to function in this society. No wonder I've begun to sleep around.
And on that note, we have to go visit our marriage therapist. He was a conniving bitch and won't write me any more prescriptions for painkillers. Remember, when the left wing and the right wing come together, the country can really get going.
Straight off a cliff. We'll see you next time.
Boy, I can't imagine what those guys are like in the bedroom, but I'm sure it's a bit like the Bay of Pigs. That was I Say, You Say.
At home, at work, or in rehab, listen to WCTR.
Next up, we've got the news. This time, some of it's true. Who are we kidding?
I travel there for
I'm Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Here's everything that matters in simple terms so you can understand. A dire warning from America's gun manufacturers.
Arm yourself or die!
And the Louisiana Purchase. Beads for women. Plus, wallpaper. Something big is happening in home furnishings. Don't be left behind. Our top story. Alan Crawford, manager of the rapper Mad Dog, murdered. Mad Dog recently...
Oh, yes, fantastic forms of recreation to be had in Colombia. It's a blizzard of excitement. And the cheap. The rails are great. And long. Bolivia's not bad either. Or Peru. You'll be surprised to find out how the party never stops.
How's the food?
Well, a lighter is the most you need to cook up food. But there's scarcely time to eat, my boy. You'll meet fascinating people, feel so comfortable you'll rip your clothes off and howl
for days. Next call.
Yeah, hi. My name's Geraldine calling from Kansas City. This is such a great country. Why would you go anywhere else? It's unpatriotic to travel. I mean, I got war, famine, depression, and pollution right in my head.
Recently launched a clothing label and compared himself favorably to Jesus and Gandhi while sniffing a lot. The brutal murder remains unsolved. Police suspect foul play. Richard Burns is at the scene.
No. Actually, Leanne, that story wasn't very interesting. So, I rode with San Fierro Police Detective Turk Martin, who was assigned to curtail illegal street racing activities in the countryside surrounding Los Santos and San Fierro.
After the war came down, the police are too strict. You just can't let your hair down. There are far more unexplored pleasures to be had in the Far East. Next caller, you're on the Wild Traveler.
Hey, I've been listening to you go on and on about traveling. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Asia? Russia saw the light. They're all coming here to set up fine families and run numbers. South America, everyone went extinct there. They have less culture there than the content of my toilet bowl. Rainforest, schmainforest. And Mexico, if I wanted to be that close to my ancient ancestors, I'd be banging my mother-in-law instead of my wife's best friend.
Look, we can fight like beasts or agree to disagree. I'm sure the summit of your aspirations in life is a cheerleader with fake guns, but some of us think a little more exotically than this. Next caller, vamos, buenos dias and noches. If you don't smile, I won't deep. Order! Sorry, got lost for a second. Speak.
Hey, I love this show. I'm a huge fan. I visit all the places you recommended, and in a lot of them, they're still talking about you. I even saw posters of you in the customs booth at the airport in the Philippines.
Let's roll, homie, fam.
You will find me at peace.
Awesome, I can't wait. Thanks, man.
The police harassing you for doing nothing. I just hate showing up to some place to enjoy myself and people are being forced from their homes by war or famine or whatever. Life is great. Stop ruining it. Next caller.
Hey, the FBI wants to talk to me about a perfectly innocent collection of vacation photographs overseas that I had no idea were being taken. I mean, any ignorant fool could misinterpret. I was teaching how to swim.
I have a lot of experience with this. I want you to stop for a moment and let me read from my travel journal. I think everyone should keep a journal. Paste pictures, notes. Sometimes people object to you taking their picture. Put a few pennies of their local currency and they will fawn over you. Some people think this is patronizing, but I think it is fair enough. They need the money and I need the company. Besides which, it is the oldest profession. What? Oh, time for me to head south again. I'm James Podiston, and this has been The Time Traveler.
This is WCTR, committed to bringing you shows like The Wild Traveler, the show that takes you around the world and abandons you at the airport.
The news and all the other things that really matter to you, like sensationalist bullshit.
If you love to hear liberals whine and conservatives lecture, then stay tuned for I Say, You Say.
The future of America, threatened again. This time we mean it. I'm Dr. Phillips.
And I'm also Dr. Phillips. Today on the show, do cave paintings in museums make us violent?
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarian.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to one.
I had flashbacks. You go into hysterics, you cry in class. You know what it's like growing up in a beaker?
That's all today on I Say, You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say, You Say, where left is right and right is wrong.
Or where east meets west and the west always wins. That wall came down, darling.
Yes, unfortunately it did. I don't know if you saw today's news, so who is in the right in this great dialectical disaster? Is it, as I think, because Cher and Charlotte, love your fellow man, and all wear matching jumpsuits while working on a hydroponic farm growing potatoes? Or kill or be killed, crush the weak, and starve the poor, as my wonderful wife. You decide, or let us decide for you. Give us a call and let my wife, a professor of social Darwinism, or me, lecturer in pointless anthropology,
That's the problem with with liberals. They don't know when to shut up and enjoy freedom. Let's go to the phone.
Yeah, hi. Here's the deal. I'm really funny. Nobody wants to hire somebody funny. I mean, how is that fair? I mean, I'm white, middle class, very erudite, whatever that means. But people just respond badly to me. I don't understand it.
Are you related to my husband?
I don't think so.
I hope not. Have you got a question about politics?
Yeah, sure. I know a lot about politics. Hey, can I do your job? I used to be on the radio back in the day.
Even my husband can't do his job, you strange, pathetic little sap. Let's have a real caller, please.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I'm a first-time caller to the show. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the proposition to ban smoking.
Well, this is a simple issue. Smoking. Democracy at work and in our state. It seems like a good thing when you first look at it, but democracy only works when you agree with it. Then it's best to favor a totalitarian state. I'm not sure about this one.
I think smoking is an invasion of my body, and I've always wanted to treat people. I'm right behind the proposition.
Me too. Thanks, Michelle.
I also wanted to say hi to my stepbrother, Phil, who's been undergoing a hair transplant today. Hey, Phil, if you're listening, I hope it sticks this time. I won't tell anyone you've got plugs, honey. I'm really proud of you.
That's great, honey. But if you want shout-outs, call a rap station.
That's offensive, and I'm really offended by what you're saying. I'm a smoker. This used to be a free country. Yes, good point. But remember, our founding fathers grew to level. Relaxed them. They stressful states of genocide, witch burnings. And you're so against raising taxes. Smokers pay more taxes than anyone. My grandfather smoked his whole life. He lived until he was 32. So what I'm saying is, why can't we encourage more smoking and use the money to pay for better health care and some cultural programs, bringing expressive dance and sun worship back to the inner cities?
Worrying about the inner city has ruined your academic career. And this woolly thinking is going to ruin your chances of getting anywhere with me tonight. The thing is, smoking is good because it lets people make a lot of money. But so is selectively culling the population. So what I'm proposing is a change in the proposition. Let people smoke, but make cigarettes much cheaper and force everyone to smoke. That way we weed out the weak, make a lot of money in tax, and keep our national heritage intact.
Line 2, you're on I Say, You Say.
Hi. I listen every time to your show. It really made me think about the world in a whole new way. I moved out of the city because it sucked. Now I live in a compound surrounded by barbed wire and shoot and kill anyone I don't recognize on my land. Just want to say thank you. That's quality broadcasting.
Yeah, thanks. That makes me feel a lot better about myself. Have you got a question?
Yeah, I got corpses from 15 illegal immigrants in my yard. I've killed them all myself with my bare hands. Can I get a tax break for all this unpaid work?
Good question. I would certainly hope so. Ask your accountant if you can register them as dependents. Then hide most of your net worth offshore in a complex money laundering system designed to support the drug trade. Then you can pay virtually no taxes and complain about how awful you think the whole country is, knowing you're doing as little as possible to help.
Cool, thanks. That's good advice.
I'm appalled at you, Mary Phillips.
Why?
Because that man has a garden full of corpses, and you're talking about money laundering.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for some profit-centric thinking.
You missed a one.
For a PhD in cultural ceramic history or cross-cultural underwear or something, and I was very young, very foolish. Now I see you for what you are.
And what's that exactly?
An intellectual cesspit, a middle-class disaster, a guilt trip wrapped in neuroses and completely unable to function in this society. No wonder I forgot to sleep around.
And on that note, we have to go visit our marriage therapist. Who is a conniving bitch and won't write me any more prescriptions for painkillers. Remember, when the left wing and the right wing come together, the country can really get going.
Straight off a cliff. We'll see you next time. Make us violent?
The anti-beef movement. Both Hitler and Mussolini were vegetarians.
And we take on the highly charged debate about test tube babies and actually talk to one.
I have flashbacks and go into hysterics in science class. Do you know what it's like growing up in a beaker?
That's all today on I Say, You Say. We share last names, but that's about it. I'm Peyton, that's my wife Mary, and this is I Say, You Say, where left is right and right is wrong.
Or where east meets west and the west always wins. That wall came down, darling.
Yeah.
Go on, we have to chase these slime balls really fast. And if you hit someone right, it's never your fault.
Oh, this is so cool. You get to eat while you...
McDelivery presents ang Pamilya Agoncillo.
Agonsulit. I'm an agonsulit. Pag may sale, I wait for it.
I'm an agonsulit. Pag may giveaway, I go for it.
We're agonsulit when we want McDo.
We McDeliver it. Dito, may freebie on your first order. May exclusive family bundles. At free ang delivery.
Ryan Agoncillo?
No, Ryan Agonsulit.
Sa McDelivery,
Very sulit!
Hey kids, spaghetti time! Ay!
Ekong Jolly Spaghetti Time!
Yeah!
Can you eat Jolly Spaghetti with no smiles?
Kids can't hide their jolly with Jolly Spaghetti.
The meatiest, cheesiest, sweets are our favorite.
I can't help it.
You get a big
Spaghetti gift! Kids' favorite!
Na walang katulad. Jolly Spaghetti.
Ang maliit na aray, di maliit na bagay. Pag walang tigil ang laban. Pag binaliwala ang aray, baka lumala at di ka na makasabay. Balik agad sa laban, alaksan iparagad. May doble galing ng ibuprofen at paracetamol. Diretso sa pinagmulan ng sakit. Laban lang mandirigma. Sa maliit o malaking aray, alaksan iparagad.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Uy, 100? Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Maggie Magic Sarap All-in-One. Anumang lutuin, nagiging special.
Okay to ah.
Special kahit di mahal.
Kagagawan yan ng magic.
Nakita niyo yung 100 ko?
Work? Let me see that. Hey, stop now, bitches, or we'll shoot out your tires.
Put that down!
Ah, dude, don't be a dick. Let me shoot out his tires.
I'm doing like 110 miles an hour right now.
Okay. In foreign news, a heavily discredited former dictator in Latin America is claiming a U.S. government agency sold him weapons in exchange for drugs that are now being sold on the streets of our cities. Government officials strongly deny the claim.
Why would we do something so crazy? We don't need drugs. We have good hookups already. Besides which, do you know how much cocaine is needed to buy a helicopter? It's more than I can snort.
Leanne Forget, WCTR News. Stay worried out there.
Come live the mystery.
Cool off in our water sports park. I'll show your kids a great time. It's something they'll never forget and talk about for years to come, especially at therapy sessions.
It's the place for magic and adventure.
Leaving me free to shop and get lipo.
Who's ready for the incredible Dribbles voyage?
Jerry, can we come too?
This is a journey you must undertake alone. It can be dark and scary, but you'll shriek with delight.
What's that hole in the wall for?
You wait and see. You'll be amazed. Fuck the suits on.
Glory Hole Theme Park. Open every day till 3 a.m.
Today, we marched on from Fort Strother after sunrise to a creek village where our troops fought the savages and shot them like dogs.
Honey, it's time for bed.
Hang on a second. I'm killing a squaw. Take that, you pagan bitch. No.
Him and his commemorative miniatures. My husband was getting so bored working and he didn't have an interest to spend money on. But he's always loved history. Then I heard about grown men who like to play with toy soldiers.
War is so interesting. With commemorative miniatures, I began by faithfully rebuilding the charge of the Light Brigade. And after that, the Trail of Tears. I've built accurate recreations of 15 significant battles, as well as training camps, prisoner of war camps, and forced labor death camps. Now I spend all my time painting toy soldiers and attending conventions.
Commemorative miniatures. They're instantly collectible and a great value. For just 37 monthly payments of $19.99, you get a starter pack allowing you to recreate the battle of your choice. Show your inability to deal with present-day problems by recreating scenes of mass slaughter from the past.
Reenacting battles is great for your marriage, too. One night, my husband's General Custer. The next, Sundays, Napoleon. On Saturdays, I'm a Cambodian villager, and he's a GI that has his way with me.
Then I kill her.
Commemorative miniatures. They're not toys. They're very valuable, collectible 2-inch pewter model armies. This is a hobby you can't afford to miss out on.
If you're into exploring exotic places and forbidden fruit, stay tuned. It's The Wild Traveler. Next.
Support for The Wild Traveler is brought to you by the Ultimate Disc in the Dark Association of America, who encourages you to get out and play hard. Hello, I'm James Bedeston, World Traveler, and this is The Wild Traveler. We're discussing the world and all of its many pleasures. Let me put it like this. Why have a hot dog from an uncaring vendor by the bathroom when you can attend a beer-guzzling marathon in Germany with enormous men and taste a wonderful German's Wurst? The world is full of incredible things, and you can discover them for yourself. Come along, I'll take you there. It was dusk, and the sun bled red over the city in Thailand as Chen brought me a sparkling water. A delicate, handsome, lovely young boy. A world of possibilities. But war is folly, and we can only unite by visiting these epochs of culture, where a man can be himself, smoke cigarettes, dress in gladiator clothing if he likes. We mustn't force our way and culture upon other people's. Rather, breathe it in. Become part of it. Maybe Hemingway was right about love. Maybe Freud was. We're all fighting inside to let a wild creature mate in the rain. I travel, therefore I am. This is a show that embraces culture from around the world. Let's take our first caller. Hello?
Yeah, I totally agree with you about Australia. And you're right, the moon is shit. Also, I was thinking of visiting Colombia. Do you have any recommendations?
Oh, yes, fantastic forms of recreation to be had in Colombia. It's a blizzard of excitement. And cheap. The rails are great. And long. Bolivia's not bad either. Or Peru. You'll be surprised to find out how the party never stops.
How's the food?
Well, a lighter is the most you need to cook up food. But there's scarcely time to eat, my boy. You'll meet fascinating people, feel so comfortable you'll rip your clothes off and howl for days. Next caller.
Yeah, hi. My name's Geraldine calling from Kansas City. This is such a great country. Why would you go anywhere else? It's unpatriotic to travel. I mean, I got war, famine, depression, and pollution right here on my doorstep. And parents, don't let kids Eurorail after college. They'll come back with ludicrous misconceptions about healthcare, charity, and civilization. Europe is not the real world. This is.
Well, I love to slum about in a dirty youth hostel with communal showers as much as the next man. Sometimes more. But I have to agree, Europe is overrated. Eastern Europe was good for a few years after the wall came down, but even there the police are too strict. You just can't let your hair down. There are far more unexplored pleasures to be had in the Far East. Next caller, you're on The Wild Traveler.
Hey, I've been listening to you go on and on about traveling. Do you know how expensive it is to fly to Asia? Russia saw the light. They're all coming here to set up crime families and run numbers. South America, everyone went extinct there. They have less culture there than the content of my toilet bowl. Rainforest, schmain forest. And Mexico, if I wanted to be that close to my ancient ancestors, I'd be banging my mother-in-law instead of my wife's best friend.
Look, we can fight like beasts or agree to disagree. I'm sure the summit of your aspirations in life is a cheerleader with fake guns, but some of us think a little more exotically than this. Next caller, vamos, buenos dias and noches. If you don't smile, I won't deep. Harder! Sorry, got lost for a second. Speak.
Hey, I love this show. I'm a huge fan. I visit all the places you recommended, and in a lot of them, they're still talking about you. I even saw posters of you in the customs booth at the airport in the Philippines. You rock!
No doubt, I love Manila. Had a great time.
But that show you did last week, what was the name of that spiritual center in Bangkok?
The Wild Dragon's Happy Ending. Very spiritual. You will find inner peace.
Awesome, I can't wait. Thanks, man.
Yes, we all love to travel, get away from it all, get away from the people with computers and their databases. The police harassing you for doing nothing. I just hate showing up to some place to enjoy myself and people are being forced from their homes by war or famine or whatever. Life is great! Stop ruining it! Next caller.
Hey, the FBI wants to talk to me about a perfectly innocent collection of vacation photographs overseas that I had no idea were being taken. I mean, any ignorant fool can misinterpret. I was teaching them how to swim.
I have a lot of experience with this. I want you to stop for a moment and let me read from my travel journal. I think everyone should keep a journal. Paste pictures, notes. Sometimes people object to you taking their picture, but a few pennies of their local currency and they will fawn over you. Some people think this is patronizing, but I think it is fair enough. They need the money and I need the company. Besides which, it is the oldest profession. What? Oh, time for me to head south again. I'm James Pedeston, and this has been The Wild Traveler.
This is WCTR, committed to bringing you shows like
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Magic sarap, all in one. Ano mang lutuin?
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila. Kaya kong mag-magic.
Magic sarap, all in one. Ano mang lutuin?
Uy, 100! Isa-surprise ko sila.